Michael Gervais show, isn't it?
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, we're all here.
Lads.
I can't wait.
I can't believe it.
We've got some great stuff coming up, Steve.
What have we got planned?
I'm being honest.
Go on.
There's some great tunes.
Yep.
We've got, there's too many to mention.
Don't mention them.
Where's about 20 actually?
Is there?
We could mention them.
Looking forward to them.
I've got a brand new feature as
Okay.
well. You know, I was doing a film with you.
Loving it.
And, you know, we do Run for the Covers and Song for the Lovers and, got a new feature.
Go on.
That film sounds good.
Right.
It's not the film review, it's a track from a film.
That's brilliant, Rick.
Yeah.
That's
That
absolutely
film
magnificent.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Something like that.
People will be desperate to look forward to that.
And there'd just be some chat as well.
There'll just be some natter in. Karl, have we got anything to give away this week?
No.
Ooh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Quite like giving stuff away.
Yeah.
Makes me feel quite powerful.
Does, you know, in the week, is there any meetings like, oh, what should we give, like, Ricky and Steve to give away? Because, I mean, I'll see lots of trailers for the breakfast show and that, and prizes and that. Or do they go, who? They're coming Saturdays. Saturdays? What? I don't work Saturdays. No, but they're still on the air Saturdays. Is it?
Who listens on a Saturday?
Yeah. Between 1 and 3. Oh, that's the worst time, isn't it?
They sort of hear you know, taking the mickey out of what tickets you're given. And
Yeah.
I think this week you could have had St Etienne, but they said no. We'll hold them back.
I love them being punished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what we're being punished for being subversive and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Is that a crime, Rick? I don't think so. High five.
Right. Fine.
You've got to hit the hand.
Yeah, I know,
otherwise
well,
it sounds embarrassing.
You're a lot taller than me, aren't you?
Just hit high five. Yes.
Play a
Sweet.
record.
It's
So
happening.
much better than last week.
Last week was appalling. I don't want to talk about
Well, it
it.
wasn't too bad actually.
Was it?
Apparently, no. You know, I said, oh, 'cause we were really off, and Steve was hungover, and I was tired. We couldn't be bothered, and they were going, no, it's as good as any other week,
Ooh.
which is pretty disappointing, isn't it? You want them to go, well, I'll tell you what, it was the worst one ever, and it was still brilliant.
It was still magnificent.
As opposed to,
yeah.
it was one of the best, but rubbish.
Yeah.
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 Good. So we're gonna really,
Yeah, we're going to up the ante today.
Yeah.
Come on,
Ooh.
Karl. Cheer up.
Let's make this, Carl. Let's make this the best show ever.
All right. Should we have a big group hug?
Yeah.
Oh, Karl, come on.
Let's have a big group lick.
Yeah. Karl, come on.
look at his little
look at
face.
his face. You can see why the ladies love him. He's a cute guy. No, you're a cute guy. And I'm not having a go. I genuinely think you are, so don't have a go back at me.
Oh, I got some news for you, Steve.
Go on.
Where is it? Carl, where is that thing? Right, here. Company Magazine are compiling a 50 most eligible bachelors feature.
Ding dong.
For the May issue 2002, right? These are the requirements, right? Single, right?
Hello.
That means available, not just unmarried. Just, you know,
Okay.
age 20 to 30. You're well in there.
I'm straight in there.
C. D.
What
is-
is What was C?
C is, it says good looking.
Fine, yeah, I'm eligible so far.
And it
Keep
says
going.
not, oh no, this is what rules you out probably. It says not necessarily Brad Pitt-esque. And you are a little bit.
Well, so they say.
It must be British and come from one of the following, regions. London, South East, South West,
That's
there?
me.
I think they just name all the regions of Britain.
Yes, they
Right.
could just say from Britain.
Really.
thought-
Employ, what, sorry, Carl, go on.
Is there a height restriction or anything like that?
Well, we're
So what is this? What, seriously, is this a serious thing? What is it?
It's the most eligible bachelor.
This is so me. Do you know any of the boys who'd be perfect for us company girls? Past bachelors have included TV presenters Dermot O'Leary.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in with Dermot O'Leary. He knows me. He's not
Yeah.
on, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jamie
It's,
Theakston.
it's not most eligible person who knows a bachelor.
The models Rob Warrington and James Polanski.
Yeah.
The singers Lyndon David Hall and Richard Blackwood.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily consider him a singer. But
Controversial.
I'm sorry.
He's having a dig at Blackwood.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I was watching. I don't suppose watch it, but I saw the trailer for The Farmer Wants a Wife.
Oh yeah.
Right, which is the show which you
you talking
mentioned.
about,
Yeah,
right?
you did. Which
Yeah.
is a show where I think farmers, because obviously it's very difficult for them to meet women.
Wants a wife?
And I'm thinking, hello, idea. Steve Merchant wants a wife.
It's not bad.
It's
is
a
it?
TV show.
Who sounds a bit like a farmer.
Exactly.
This is
But what I'm saying is, I don't mind the public voting for the woman. You know, if that's how it happens, I don't mind. You know, because who cares? You know,
Yeah.
I'll have anything, whatever they can choose. Be fine. You know,
See that? I think yeah.
Steve Merchant wants a farmer. That'd be even better.
Steve Merchant wants it.
Yes, Steve Merchant wants it. I'm thinking, sort of maybe the Bravo channel on cable.
Yeah.
You know, or ITV2.
Yeah.
It's an idea, Rick. I'm just flying out the flagpole.
Yeah. Well, we'll think about that.
Yeah.
Don't phone.
Hey, you'd have been proud of me last night. No, listen, you'd have been proud of me. Because I was walking back from the shops, I was carrying 2 cans of weak lager. It was Friday night, Rick.
Yeah.
Time to go a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And there's this woman coming the other way, who must have been sort of 50, 55, just standing on the street, dressed in kind of like rhinestone cowboy style outfit. Really weird, never seen her before.
Parton. Was it Parton?
It wasn't Dolly.
No.
And she's just staggering down the road, like, just shouting, and some truck drove by, and she just went, "Oh, come over here! Come over here!" And the car just drove by, whatever, and she walks into me, and she saw me coming, and she saw the beer in my hand, she couldn't believe her luck, and she stopped, and she tried to stop me, and I sort of stepped one way to try and go past her. She stepped there and blocked my way, so she blocked the other way, and she went, come here, like trying to motion, and I was really scared. It was
You looked around and thought, beggars can't be choosers.
But then, for a minute, I was thinking, well, you know, I mean, it's Friday night, you know, I'm in a mood to make whoopee, but, I thought it's probably best to avoid it, and I actually managed to, run away and avoid her, and she just kept shouting at me as I was running down the road, come with me, but I legged it. But what I was thinking is it was like some kind of like sort of Hansel and Gretel nightmare. Do you know what I mean? Like an old lady in your way.
You're going there and there's loads of other people that look just like you.
Exactly.
And they're getting very, very thin.
We've been here for years.
In chains. Yeah.
But I thought you'd have been proud of me. No, there was that was, you know, that was a woman on a plate,
so to speak.
and I just turned it down.
And yeah.
Exactly, you see?
You went
not so desperate.
He got in and went, what have I done?
Seeing her again tonight, then.
Well, I'm just going to hang around by the offie, see what happens, you know.
Looking forward to Christmas?
Loving it. I'm always a big fan of Christmas, actually. Yeah, no, I'm not a bad humbug type.
It's not far now, is it? It's this month now. Is it?
Is it? Are we in December?
Is it the 1st?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Jeez. Jesus. Yeah. Brilliant.
I was quite excited because this week I think it was this week in the papers, The Sun, and I think all the other papers actually, had the first of the kind of giveaway TV supplements that comes out listing all the shows that are on. But what about when they bring them out this early, is you open it and it's like, you think, yeah, I want to see what films are on and stuff, and you go through it, and it just, about half of the listings are to be confirmed. To be confirmed. It's an utter waste of time.
Yeah.
And it's like, who is planning their film and TV watching this early?
Yeah.
It's a little bit early to be worrying about
3 weeks in advance going, but I better not make any... Well, unless it's like an amazing thing on telly, or you know...
Are you coming to a party? We got one, Friday 29th. I don't know, I'm gonna watch something on the TV, there's a good film. What is it? Not been confirmed yet.
It's to be confirmed,
yeah.
but I can just, you know, say I won't be at the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strange.
But I remember when I was little, my sister used to work in W.H. Smith's, and she used to come home like every Thursday. She'd been paid big bag of sweets for
Lovely.
me, and you know, the TV Times.
The TV Times, of course, because you're working class. Sort of.
TV Times.
The radio Times for a classier middle class gentleman like myself.
But the bumper edition at Christmas, it's like 2 weeks of telly. She sit down like that Thursday night, sit down with me sweets, and we tick off all the things we were going to watch over the next 2 weeks. Didn't happen, did it? Because I was squeaking around, hyperactive, making people playing with toys, stuff, and not watching telly really.
I bet you. But if you watched any telly, it'd have been really rubbish stuff. The whole family was. I imagine probably Dennis Norden's Laughter File, Volume 12 or whatever it is.
I don't think even Dennis Norden was going then.
Whereas you see, we in our house, of course, we'd just switch off the TV and we'd perhaps just listen, you know, to the concerto on Radio 3.
Ooh, yeah, we weren't allowed to turn the telly off. Really.
I don't know what a concerto is. I've just said that word. I'm assuming.
I don't know what a concerto is. It's like just a posh word for concert, isn't it?
I think so.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's a concerto?
It's one of those. Maybe it's one of those instruments, the kind of squeeze box.
That's a
concertina. It's a concertina.
Yeah.
My nan used to play a concertina.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's interesting to you. I don't know why you choose the concertina of all the instruments to play. I mean, it's not the sexiest, only kind of sailors.
My nan used to have one, but she doubled up as an iron lung.
Nice.
Which was good. And so when she, you know, when she had a bit of an attack, we not only were warned, but we had little tunes.
That's beautiful.
As well, yeah.
Could you play your gran?
You can play your gran, yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Once she had a bit of an accident, she said, sit down kids, and she came in there, and she had a corrugated neck.
Ah, of course.
Where it had gone horribly wrong. Go on.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
It's happening again, Steve.
What's happening?
It's going all wrong.
Yeah.
We're talking rubbish.
Are we?
Yeah.
We should have played 2 in a row.
He's having a go, isn't he?
Blimey.
Ricky Gervais, who are you?
Steve Merchant? Nice. Sweet.
Together again. I can't believe it.
The old team.
They said it'd never happen.
Plus Karl, he presses the buttons.
Let's not draw attention to him.
Okay.
We were talking about squeeze boxes.
Yes.
And it got me to thinking, what's happened to them?
You don't see them.
Do you know what I mean? Instruments should be around forever. You know what I mean? The piano forte, as I call
it's a classic.
been around forever. They invented it. It's around. You know, the saxophone was only, I think, the 20s or 30s. But, you know, I can't imagine it going away.
There's a number of instruments probably dying out.
Lute.
The lute you rarely see now.
You rarely see, except maybe on a Men Without Hats.
What was Men Without Hats?
Or Marillion.
Right.
Men Without Hats. We can dance if we want to. And Pierre Trudeau's daughter was in that video.
Who was that we saw in the sandwich shop yesterday?
Well, he might not want us. He might want to be people to know that he was in a sandwich shop.
It's fine. It just shows that he's
He didn't
human.
recognize Bruce Dickinson. He didn't recognise him. I went, look,
Bruce Dickinson from
Yeah.
Iron Maiden.
I had no
Little
idea.
fella,
who it was.
isn't he?
I'd
Little
say
fella,
he's
yeah.
really tiny. It was almost laughable. Is he
It
married?
wasn't-
That annoy me. But
You just alienate yourself from a lot of heavy metal fans now
Yeah.
because he's
Ooh,
pretty
I'm
much of a
scared.
guru.
they never leave their bedrooms, Rick.
But they've got powers. If they're putting crystals now on toads, and they're going to turn you into a.
All right.
Oh well, no.
Let's
what?
having a go.
I
So
wasn't
early on
having a
in
go.
the
I
show.
stopped myself, realising it wasn't much of a threat.
Rick.
Right, go on.
What else is dying out? Pipes.
Pipes.
You never see people smoking pipes.
Why
Young
don't
people
you?
now are not smoking pipes.
No.
You see old people, you're right, but kids, you've got to start taking up pipes, otherwise they're going to die out, because
Yeah.
the people of the older generation, you know, they're going to die soon. I'm not smoking a pipe. I should
With
be.
pipes, though, was it like the fashion where when you smoked, you started, you know, at a young age and then carried on, or did you just start at 50?
But no, because if you see like sort of shots of kind of you know, sort of professorial types
Yeah.
from the 1930s at
Yeah.
when they're at Oxbridge,
Yeah.
they're always smoking pipes in a tweed jacket.
Yeah.
That was when they started, like university.
Yeah, but they still do.
Yeah, no, but-
there's
no,
lots of things that should die out in the rest of the world carry on in Oxbridge
Yeah,
colleges.
but my point is that-
Boaters.
All right. All I'm saying is that they're not even in Oxbridge now. They're not even smoking pipes.
I bet there is
There's no
someone.
one smoking pipes.
I bet there is.
Right, I'd like to know if there's anyone listening who's under the age of 30 that smokes a pipe regularly, and I don't mean like a crack pipe.
And I guarantee they went to Oxford or Cambridge.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the number?
08700 800 1234.
What's the email?
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Pipes are dying out.
Yeah.
Snuff, that's as good as gone.
Yeah.
Snuff.
Yeah, trilbies.
My friend always said if he won like loads of money on the lottery, he'd like to try really hard to try and bring back, as a fashion accessory, the cape.
See, I
'Cause the
quite
capes
like-
are classy.
I quite like the cape.
The cape's brilliant because you can kind of, you know, mask your face with it.
Yeah.
Dracula-like.
You can have it off, but still on, and on, but still off. It's not like
Exactly.
a coat. You know what I mean? Where you drape it over your shoulders and that can fall down.
Carl, you're not a fan of the cape. You're turning your nose up at the cape. That's a madness.
No pockets.
Good point. You could have some kind of inner sort of smuggler's
If they
pocket,
did that, I'd buy one.
poacher's pocket. if they did that, I'd buy one.
Well, I'll tell you what, that sounds good. That sounds good. It's just gone half-assed. It's the new
I
feature.
can't believe
that
it.
sounds good.
For a minute there, I was completely lost.
Yeah.
Remind me again. What's that sounds
Wow.
good?
I
No,
will-
hang on. It's that film sounds good.
Oh yeah, that film sounds good. Right, this is my famous film review, which I've got coming up. Look forward to that. It's brilliant.
Yes.
it's quite a delicate subject, but I think I deal with it sensitively.
Brilliant. Okay.
This is that film sounds good.
Right.
and I've taken.
Remind
a
us
film-
again what that is. What this
Well,
feature is?
I'm going to pick a song from a film that's
Okay.
on from the soundtrack, right?
Yes.
I'm choosing a song from Jackie Brown.
Okay.
Great film.
Yeah, brilliant film.
And this is Across 110th Street by Bobby Womack.
That's a lovely feature.
And
actually.
that's the first feature. Ooh, that film sounds good.
brilliant.
Yeah?
Brilliant, yeah. That's
I'm
excellent.
thinking of actually bringing out maybe a compilation of
I'd love to hear it.
song for the lovers.
What
Maybe-
sort of things can we hear? Can we expect in the future? 'Cause I know you're a big fan. This is brilliant. He bought the soundtrack to the film Braveheart, which is just kind of let me just explain. Which is just kind of big orchestrated numbers, right?
James
And
Horner.
as far as he's concerned, that's classical music. He's got a classical music CD in his collection. It's the music from Braveheart.
Oh, I sit there and I think, yeah, mate, I'd probably sort of lead my people's,
Yeah,
you know.
he's obsessed with Braveheart. He actually sort of relates to William Wallace. He actually thinks, yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd be doing.
Yeah, it is. No.
What was it you were working out to the other day as well? He's got like a personal like gymnast or whatever. What's it called? Is it a gym expert, a trainer? You've got a personal.
I box with this bloke.
Yeah, he goes boxing in like some underpass somewhere. Right, every day, like,
way.
like
I
every
don't
single
go
day,
every day.
he goes boxing, right? And what was it you were training? What did you tell me you were training to this week?
God.
What music did you have on?
Oh my God. I have actually. Now I know this, but I have actually gone red, haven't I?
Yes,
Right.
it's
I
very
was-
hard to embarrass.
I was
because you're
working. I was working out and training and boxing. Oh my God! You're gonna have to play a record after this to the Rocky soundtrack.
to the Rocky soundtrack. He's bought a CD which has got the best music from all of them. Now, was it Eye of the Tiger or was it?
It starts off with Eye of the Tiger, then it goes hard heart's on fire. That's me sort of running off my. Then it goes dun 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 dun.
Does any of your training with your trainer, does it ever involve you running through snow with a log chained to your back, like in Rocky
and helping?
IV?
I was often have to help Russian peasants because their cart horse has like fallen over, but I lift it up. Whereas the other fella, he's training in a posh gym having injections. I'm not. I'm just like breaking rocks and punching dead cows.
Where'd you get that from?
It's handy, wasn't it?
Put it on. That's magnificent.
Yeah.
That's now Ricky Gervais's theme tune.
Yeah.
Every time we start the show, we should just start with that.
Win, Ricky, win. I hated you two for about 15 years.
You've said it before, Rick, you've said it before.
I know, but I love that one now. I just love that album. They can't put a foot wrong.
Do you ever listen to the whole album? Because I know you tend to buy albums just for the singles, when you could, of course, just buy the singles.
I know where he's going. I bought light funky ones.
Oh, I wanted to say that.
Yeah, I bought light funky ones because
The light funky ones. Do you remember the light funky ones? That was about like a year ago. What did they do? They did Girl in a Green Dress, Girl on TV.
And Abercrombie.
That one that go, summertime Abercrombie and Fitch. The girls are wearing up. Do you remember that? It's like a light sort of summer.
Listen,
nonsense.
I've got a lot of money. It's nothing to me, okay?
The light to funky
I want a bit of light funky ones once. That's 15 quid. It's nothing to me.
You put the two singles on, right? Never listen to the rest of the album.
I never listened to the two singles again either.
The light funky ones.
Oh, it's just my street cred's gone down it. Rocky soundtrack and the light funky ones. You make two mistakes.
Right, let's not forget Braveheart, the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's a good film.
Rick, we were talking earlier about stuff.
True story about a little Australian freed the Scottish.
The stuff that's dying out that I think you and I single-handedly need to kind of resurrect and salvage. I thought the Trilby was dying out.
Yeah.
I'll surprise you, and yet, watching Top of the Pops last night, Jamiroquai was wearing one, and then lo and behold, Danny Minogue came on, she had one as well. I thought, blimey, there's two people there trying to salvage the Trilby, and good luck to them.
Well, that's on its way then. Let them do that.
The Trilby's fine.
Let's do something else.
But the bowler hat...
Ah, the bowler hat.
You never see the bowler.
I always fancy myself in a bowler hat.
I love a bowler hat. Carl, would you wear a bowler hat? I know you'd wear a cape.
I did wear a trilby.
You wear a trilby, really? You must have looked like a...
That's brilliant. What, because you're a Mancunian?
Well, there was a phase, wasn't there, in about 90... When was it?
I think that was just round your way.
It might have been. It was in Manchester.
Did someone get a job lot of trilbies? And persuaded you kids? Yeah, I'll tell you what's trendy. No, Sean Ryder wears one of these. Does he? Yeah, go on. Yeah, quid. And then everyone in your street had trilbies on.
But you've never worn a bowler?
Never.
What about Kangol bowler? You might think about it.
out again.
I'll tell you what. I would like to wear a bowler hat and a dark hat, but I'm worried I look like one of those little fellas off the Home Pride advert.
The Home Pride guys, they've been persevering with the bowler for years.
They still look good in it though,
They're still looking good. They're dapper guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, the Jolly Green Giant, he had quite a distinctive look, which is obviously one I've been thinking of exploiting.
What, the little, I know, the little, sort of like a little dress.
Was it Corncroft that made up his little skirt?
Yeah.
What was the Jolly Green Giant so jolly about? He was very pleased. It can't have just been the sweet corn and the peas.
No, I reckon it was this enormous Jolly Green knob. I mean, he must have got up every day and gone, look at that. He must have been so happy.
The only thing that's like, in the case of the Jolly Green Giant, or like when Gulliver was the giant and he was in Lilliput and all the Lilliputians, they helped him out, they were feeding him and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're a giant like that in that situation, how do you sort of have a little sneaky
tug?
You know, a little tug, a little J. Arthur Rank?
I don't know, because it's like...
It's very tricky to do
you're
that
as big
secretly.
as their mountains, aren't you? You can't hide. They go, oh, you know, I mean, there's no...
All the little village probably just thought it was a tidal wave or something. Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty grim, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the tidal wave's pretty desperate.
I know.
It's how would he have gone to the mayor and said, I need a Kleenex the size of a tennis court, and a gigantic copy of the Daily Star.
No, I never understood with giants how they actually got that big in the first place, because what food was around to make them? Because not only were they like big, but they were muscly big. They ate well.
They ate whole cows, probably.
When, Carl, it's
not well documented, Carl.
You know they don't actually exist and never have. Okay.
Right, it's time for a feature, I think.
Carl, there was a TV show I watched once on the History Channel. This is the History Channel.
Yeah.
It was the history of werewolves. Right, the history of werewolves, and the whole show is predicated on the fact that at the end we'll tell you if they ever existed or not.
Yeah, just waiting. And I go, oh, come on, we're going to be late. Hold on, he's going to tell us if they existed or not.
Carl, werewolves?
Michael Aspel was in it, and Michael Aspel is a top broadcaster and therefore would not associate himself with something that did not exist.
Under the covers time, gents.
Under the covers.
Cover me
Run
up,
for
cover me
cover.
bad, run for cover. Here come the covers. Covers. I like cover songs.
This is a cover version.
Yes. This is from an album which is a bit hit and miss, as these things often are. It's different artists covering the songs of Leonard Cohen. You've got the Pixies on there, R.E.M., Nick Cave, different people. This, bizarrely, is Lloyd Cole, not someone I'm normally a fan of, but doing a version of the fantastic Leonard Cohen song, Chelsea Hotel, doing his version of Chelsea Hotel.
Under the covers.
Under the covers. I thought it was a beautiful version.
It's lovely.
You know that apparently
really
I think
nice.
it's that song
sweet.
written by Leonard Cohen originally, and I think it's about his brief romance with Nico, who made a name, of course, with the Velvet Underground, and was a tragic drugs victim. But it's interesting because I'm looking at this as a compilation called I'm Your Fan, which is cover songs of Leonard Cohen's music. And as I say, R.E.M., there's people on the Nick Cave who are still going. There's a couple of names you don't tend to hear of that often now. The House of Love.
Oh yeah.
Rarely hear them, do you? That Petrol Emotion.
Oh yeah.
That Petrol Emotion.
Yeah.
Who else we got on here? It says Robert Forster. Now, is he a musician, or is it... Robert Forster, I don't know.
Well, if you know who Robert Forster is, I thought he was a writer.
The Lilac Time.
The Lilac Time.
They're on there as well.
You can't just say a name of a band and laugh.
You can if it's the Lilac Time.
Well, we were...
Did I tell you before that my friend and I once listed words we thought should be rude, but aren't, like cassock, we always thought.
Yeah,
and
bollards.
Bollards, and he always pointed out the blow monkeys.
Yeah,
which I was
it could be a very rude word, but isn't.
It isn't. Okay,
that could be a new feature, couldn't it? We're featured up, aren't we?
Aren't we? This is brilliant.
We've still got the film review to come. Song for Lovers is coming up in a few minutes.
Song for the ladies.
Yeah, Song for the ladies.
If I can squeeze in a hip hop track, I'd love to do it.
Yeah, that's called our hip hop track bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's just amazing.
Do we have a classic song, Rick?
What were you thinking of?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe something by Nirvana.
Well, there's their biggest classic. You mean?
Ideally.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Pop Idol. I've not been watching it.
You're joking?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened really. I've lost interest.
Oh well, it is like most things. Like the preliminary rounds.
Always
that's when all the real freaks and no hopers, you know. But sometimes I watch those sort of things and I sort of laugh and I think, oh dear, I shouldn't be laughing at him because he's not just rubbish. He's verging on the mentally ill. Do you know what I mean? So those people that go along, you want to go. Who told you to go along? What were you thinking? Right?
Well, it's the fact that there was no one to stop them going. That's what's even more terrifying.
Yeah. I know, and Simon Cowell's good. He's
great value.
He's amazing. Foxy, I like Foxy now.
I know, I've warmed to.
He's come round, Dr. Fox. He's a lovely little shiny tree trunk.
Now, often I notice he's not always there week in, week in. Is that because he's off doing medical operations?
He's got his practice still.
He's got the practice. He's got to maintain that.
Yeah, you know, is on.
Isn't it the big ones tonight? I mean, when I say the big ones,
Capital Radio. He's still on Capital Radio.
Yeah,
that he's got to do. So you know,
isn't it some of the big names though? It's Darius Dinesh tonight.
It's Darius and the Fat Boy.
And the Fat Guy.
The big thing that makes you.
Oh, I noticed in the Sun today is saying vote for me because of my musical talent, not because I'm huge and you feel sorry for me.
Yeah, well that's good. I think that's right. But he has got a great.
Darius, I noticed he shaved his beard off.
He looks. He's a new man.
He looks slightly laughable though. He's got quite a weak chin.
He's having a laugh.
Well,
he's dissing Darius.
I'm not claiming to be a pop star.
Well.
Oh, can you feel the love in the room?
Yeah, let's have a little song. No, but I'm looking forward to it. My favourite all the way through has been the little fella with the stutter. I'd like Darius to get. You know.
Yeah, I think it's almost certain he's going to win. I don't think there's any excitement.
Or that Welsh girl who was very good.
Oh, yeah.
The one that made Pete Waterman cry.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah.
She was good though, wasn't she?
Yeah, they're great. They're really good. But you know, it'd be nice to see Fatty get some
he's
recognition.
I mean, he's just a weird shape though. It turns my stomach, and I'm one to talk.
Steady on.
No, I know.
He's just, you know.
He's just doing his job.
It's, you know, glandular.
Yeah.
It's not as greed. But you know, he's got a good voice, and why not? We've had Demis Roussos in the charts.
Yeah.
Alison Moyet.
There's not been a Fatty for a while, has there? Who's been a big star? I mean, Moyet may well have been the last one.
Jerry Watts, she sorted herself out after becoming famous. She was pretty big, wasn't she?
Who? Jerry Halliwell?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was never a bloater. Have you seen this bloke off Pop Idols?
Yeah.
It's like he's got 3 Jerry Halliwell strapped to his waist and then wearing a big coat over the top.
To smuggle them in.
Yeah, exactly.
To a no Halliwell zone.
I reckon I'll tell you what he's going to do. I reckon he's going to take it off, and it's just a big fat outfit, and it was like to prove, you know, the prejudice of the world.
Yeah.
Alright?
Yes.
Hey?
And how come that little fella with the stutter doesn't stutter when he's singing? Hold on.
I know, that's cleaned up, actually.
I bet she's not even Welsh.
Exactly.
About 2:20, the Ricky Gervais show.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, he's still here.
The Christmas ads that come on, I notice. They're on now. And I noticed, I was watching telly last night, and do you think that the advertising executive for Cadbury's Roses chocolates just comes in once a year and they go, what you got this year? And he goes, what about some workmen and some old ladies singing thank you very much, thank you very, very much?
Yeah.
Just shot in the street somewhere. Yeah, that'd be fine. It worked last year.
Yeah,
That's been going like since I can remember. I've never seen another advert for Cadbury's Roses except that.
Exactly. Well, there's certain things that conjure up Christmas, like you got your turkey and all that, and you got your roses.
Yeah, Woolworths.
Woolworths. Yeah, you got Woolworths.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Pizza.
Pizza. Woolworths. Drink driving. Oh dear! Sorry, I forgot what I went in for.
What were we doing? We were
right.
doing something. Be careful. There's a lot of money involved here, Steve.
No, you can't say.
Don't stitch me up.
I was reading the paper this week that Charlotte Church,
Yeah.
you know, a little kind of singing sensation, she's been slagging off the firemen who've been salvaging people and wreckage
she
and stuff.
hasn't been slagging them off.
Well,
Be
apparently,
careful.
but
What
I
did she
saw on the
actually
news.
say?
I saw on the news that she's apparently, and she claimed that she'd been misinterpreted.
Right.
But the Channel 5 News thought this was a big enough story to say that Charlotte Church had been saying that the September 11th tragedy had been blown out of proportion.
Right. That's different to slagging off the firemen.
No, but that's what they said. They said that she felt that they were being held as kind of heroes and they were just doing their job.
Right. Oh, well, that's a little bit stupid to say anyway, a little bit insensitive, and yeah.
But it's sort of, because it's like, did you read about...
Why do you care? Why does anyone care
But who's
what she
asked her?
thinks about September 11th anyway? It's the same as those things like during a presidential election, or when I'm elections, it's these things they picture. Billy Piper says, I've always voted Labour.
I know.
Who's going to go, whoa, hold on, mate's from Steps, he's a Conservative, hold on, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know if he is or not.
I don't know, well, I know that,
that was just an example, I don't know what either of them vote, to be honest. Alright, let's not get into it.
Yeah. I think Faye and Claire from Steps are both BNP members. I remember reading that somewhere.
That's
but
so not true. That is so untrue. He takes that back now.
I cannot be certain.
Right.
I think
that
it's
is
misread.
definitely untrue.
I read it on the net and it's often wrong on the net.
Right. Definitely he's going to retract that now, aren't
Definitely, yeah, well I'm saying it's almost certainly untrue. I read it on the net.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and those things are always untrue.
Okay, alright. He's dissed the net now.
Yeah.
You
Oh my
dissed
God.
the net. I can't believe it. Let's dig ourselves out of this hole now.
Well, Blue, now I definitely can quote this because I read it in The Sun.
Yeah.
Blue were being interviewed by, Blue, the pop band Blue. All Rise. Have you bought that album yet, Rick? I imagine that would be on your Christmas
I
list.
like it. One for the money and a free ride. Yeah.
Anyway, Blue were being interviewed by The Sun for one of their web chats by the lovable Dominic Mohan.
Yeah.
And for some reason they got around to September 11th, and one of the members of Blue said, again, church-like,
Yeah.
I thought he's been blown out of all proportion. What about all the whales and elephants that are dying every day?
And the other band were going, shut up.
Yeah,
shut up.
it was funny, they gave a transcript of it going, shut up.
They had to do a retraction. He said, sorry, I didn't know. Oh.
Yeah, that was it. He said, obviously I'm very passionate about whales and elephants, and perhaps a bit misplaced. All the proceeds that I'll receive from our next single, I'm going to give to the September 11th Foundation.
Yeah, and then he went, can I give some to the whales? And then you've done it again.
Done it again.
Don't worry about the whales.
But this is what I mean, why are people asking the members of Blue,
Yeah.
or Atomic Kitten, what they think about September the 11th?
I know.
They should just be working in a chippy, those people. They're lucky to be on the telly. The Atomic Kitten girls, really, I mean, do they not look like they should be in a chip shop? Or just hanging around outside an offie drinking diamond white cider?
They will be soon. They will be soon. Don't worry. Although Hearsay's new single, I've dissed Hearsay before, but they've come out with a little poppy thing. I think.
Can I surprise you, Rick? I prefer Liberty.
I prefer Liberty as well.
Yeah, a little bit funky, a little bit with the kids.
Yeah. Anyway, XFM 104.9.
Once again, our opinions on current pop bands. If you'd like to have your...
Hold on, though.
Go on, shoot.
Isn't it about time for, a hip-hop track?
Have we got it? Can you dig it up?
Song for the Lovers would be good.
I'll do that now. Now, this is a beautiful song. It's by Simon and Garfunkel. It's only 1 minute 49 long. It's called April Come She Will. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful little song.
See, I'd quite like to put out a compilation, like Song for the Lovers, maybe, you know what I mean? But I'm worried, obviously the title's ironic, we're taking the mickey out of those things, but quite serious about all the songs we play.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm worried about if people see it a bit like Simon Bates' R-Tune album or something.
Steve Wright's Sunday Love Songs.
Yeah. But, lovely.
Song.
Yeah.
When you think that you listen to like some dance track, you buy it and it's like 5 minutes long, the same thing, repetitive beats.
Yeah.
And then you hear that, 1.5 minutes, classic.
Do you know what I mean?
Hey, have I made my point, Rick?
I think so. Yeah. Oh, the youngsters today.
If anyone knows what my point was there, please give us a call.
Phone in and he's made it well.
Karl, what have you got lined up for us?
Some R.E.M.
I don't remember that.
Strokes on XFM 104.9. It's the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
The K-Man.
Well, it's time for the. Well, I think people wait for this now. I never knew really since I was doing the show that I actually had a bit of a knack for film reviews.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I discovered talent. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably be asked soon by Barry Norman or Jonathan Ross to do something on that sort of thing, or maybe my own film. So I don't know, TV or.
The clock's ticking. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Okay. This week I've chosen.
Well, wait a minute. Let's play the jingle.
Okay. The film review and that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, here we go. This week I've chosen My Left Foot.
Right.
Okay. Now, My Left Foot is a film about a bloke called Daniel Day-Lewis, who's all mental except for his left foot, right? And he has arguments. I can't remember. He has arguments with his dad, so I wasn't watching it properly. But even though he's mental apart from the foot, he does stuff with the foot that could do all over, and he uses that to his best. I think he might write a book or something off paint. And the moral of this story is, even if you've only got a foot that works, you can still win prizes because it won the Oscar.
Okay. Am I right in saying that you're bringing a book out of these collected, maybe for the Christmas market?
I think I might.
Yeah. I see the
great
market
films
there.
reviewed, sort of. With it's a different outlook on it, isn't it?
A different approach.
I don't just sort of like stray.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's an approach that doesn't really use grammar, which you don't see that often in film reviews. But no, once again, what would you give it out of 10?
I didn't really concentrate. I can't remember a lot about it, but it won an Oscar. So I think it won an Oscar or something. So 9.
Okay, jolly good. Well, that was My Left Foot, which is probably available on sell-through video, maybe in a bargain bin. $5.99, probably on TV this Christmas. That's to be confirmed.
More of an show. We've made some great hits and great songs, haven't we? We've had some great features. A new feature. That film sounds good.
Looking forward to that.
That'll run and run.
Yep.
A song for if there are any record companies out there that want to put out a compilation of my songs for lovers, that's good. Anyone who wants me to do a film, any film you want.
Yeah, reviewed.
Yeah, reviewed, yeah. I would finish the sentence.
Yeah, no, ideally. Because it was anyone who wants me to do a film. Well, of course, being the top actor, you'd have probably appeared in a film.
Sure, okay, yeah. And that...
Jolly good, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're running out of steam, I can tell.
You're running out.
Yeah.
Go on.
Carl, have you seen it yet? I know you probably haven't, Rick. Cliff Richard's video for his new single.
Yep.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
I saw it on Lorraine Kelly in the morning, Sky One, great show. And it's amazing. He's done a version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but he's combined that.
No.
He's combined that with what's it? It's Oh What a Wonderful World.
I wasn't really listening. I was looking at the pictures and I couldn't believe
it's What a Wonderful World, and combined with Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
So he's done
two classic songs, two songs that have been done definitively by artists in the past. He's tried to combine them with a kind of Yamaha keyboard sound in the background.
What was his last year's one? It was Lord's Prayer with Over the Old Lang Syne.
He's just obsessed with combining two songs. Like, they're not good enough as they are. People will get bored. We better combine them.
Yeah.
It's like a mega mix, like a Cliff mega mix. I mean, right, the video is unbelievable. It's him flying through. It's all kind of sort of 2D animation, kind of almost sort of a collage of buildings and high-rise flats and that. Kids see him floating by. Yeah. They wave, they point to each other. They can't believe they're like, there goes Sir Cliff.
They're going, who's that?
Exactly.
He was around in the 50s.
And he's got a little one-dimensional Cliff with a kind of angelic glow flying through the sky, just bringing happiness to people as he sings.
Oh, he does.
His real face kind of every so often kind of appearing and
I wonder where his real face is.
And it's one of the worst songs and one of the worst videos I've ever seen. I mean, I know people slag off Cliff and it's an easy target, but he actually deserves it because he's shameful.
Yeah.
He's embarrassing.
So, yeah.
He's embarrassing. I mean, and he's arrogant.
Well, everything's a disguised boast. I mean, I liked Devil Woman. I liked Miss Unites. I liked Wired for Sound, and I like tall speakers and small speakers. I like all sizes of speakers. You know that. You'll vouch me on that. Yeah. And he sang about it, which is good. And I'm often Wired for Sound, right? Carrie doesn't live here anymore. Where's she gone? She's just another message on a payphone wall. It's a story. But lately, I haven't had a lot of time for him.
Awful.
I remember he was on something on one chat show, and I think it was Des or Michael Asper or something. And I said, "So you've had something?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, everyone knows that Elvis sold more records after his death than when he was alive. Little dig there against Elvis. He goes,
Yeah.
well, I've just overtaken his record for sales in the UK. Right, so he sets up that Elvis is only selling because he's dead.
Yeah.
And anyway, I've still beaten him in the UK. And I just
Yeah.
think, and where'd you get the quiff from and the way to sing? Where'd you get that from, Cliff? Where did you think of that?
But it's those people he's just desperate for the credibility that he's never going to have.
I like it when he went round last year going, they're not playing my record, they're not playing my record, they're not playing, oh, go on, play it, number one.
Yeah.
Fooled you.
It was #1, the Millennium Prayer.
I know, yeah. Well, it was, it was the Millennium, wasn't it?
It was, but I don't know who's buying it. I mean, I know, but you seem to claim it's some kind of like 60-year-old women, but they're not.
Yeah,
Are they really a commercial force now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Karl seems to know that.
Well, like when you're born, you're a little baby, wrinkly and stuff. When you get older, you sort of morph into a baby again. And you go through the same phases. So when you're young, you buy singles. You get old, you got nothing to do all day. You got all your pension money. What will I buy? Cliff Richard's on the telly. Here's my video, buy me song.
You see, that started off as quite a sensible point, because I actually think they do it. But what was all that alien stuff about when you're born, you go wrinkly and you go wrinkly again? So sometimes you mix like normal things that human beings say with I don't know what.
Well, look, when you're a baby, you've got a little bald head, no teeth. You get old. What happens?
Are you a philosopher? You're an official philosopher. Because, I mean, it sounds like it. Oh, Karl, play a record. You're a gem.
We're nearly through.
We are indeed.
We've had a little bit of chat, we've had a few laughs, we've had a few tears.
We have indeed.
We've introduced a new feature.
Looking forward to that next week.
Yeah, so soon it's just going to be wall-to-wall features, isn't it? It's going to be,
Well, I had an idea for a feature which you didn't seem to like, which was something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Well, explain it. And
something old, an old song, something new, a new song, something borrowed, a cover version, and something blue, just a melancholy and beautiful song.
Right, okay, but does it have to be all four, or can it be anyone?
No, it's all four. You play that over the course of the show. Or maybe just have a set 4 songs in a row, and that's that section.
So like a feature would be like, this is either an old song or like a new song.
Yeah.
That's good. I think we've done that a few times.
No, it's not. We've
covered that.
Well, what's the difference? I'm playing a song from a film. Just because you give it a title, it's just a song from a film. You can play that anyway, couldn't you?
Brilliant.
It's all nonsense.
Cheers, Karl.
Brilliant.
Yeah. My ideas are good, aren't they? Because they're not only sort of accessible, but there's a little bit of depth there.
I think it's fair enough to let him have his little feature at the end of the show, though. Just, you know what I mean? Keep him happy, the song for the lovers.
Excellent. Well, but that's not till after Song 2 by Blur.
I remember the days when Karl didn't even want to be on the air. I remember the days when he was told by the establishment that he wasn't allowed to talk on the air. And now, it's like as far as he's concerned, he's a third member of the team.
He's protected by me.
Right?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Song 2 by Blur. We're running out of time. It's 5-2. Just got time for Steve's song for the ladies.
Wedding Present, Rick, from the album Saturnalia, I think it's pronounced like that, and it's track 3, Dream World, a song
Looking forward
for the
to it.
ladies.
Ash, there's a star on XFM 104.9, 1:05. That means it must be well in. 5 minutes in to the Ricky Gervais show.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, he's here as well.
Yep.
Well, we've got some great tunes lined up, haven't
Have we?
We've got Eminem,
Have
we've got Coldplay, Oasis, we've got
Brilliant.
De La Soul, Chemical Brothers, Dr. Dre, Garbage, R.E.M., The Manics, we've got
Sure.
Muse, we got Feeder, we've got some classic
I mean, you said all
Radiohead.
those names, Rick, but the chances of us actually playing all of those are quite slim.
We might not get to them if we talk too much.
And obviously, we'll drop a couple of those to play our own tracks as well.
Yeah. Well, they are our own tracks.
Yeah.
You know. Well,
I'm not gonna get into that now.
right. Here's Eminem. Eminem, the real Slim Shady. Now, even though that sort of record is relatively recent, and it's quite hardcore. What's going on about, subject matter that is adult, really.
Certainly.
And it's quite aggressive and it's cool and everything, but he still managed to make it sound like a novelty record.
It is, yeah.
So, I mean, it's like a little I know that's the intention, and that's good. But I mean, I think it's nice that he's got a nice little tune. It could be like a little cartoon figure. Here comes Flumpy McMump.
But the irony is, isn't there like a video you can get now, which is a cartoon Slim Shady, The Adventures of Slim Shady?
Really?
Because I know there was The Adventures of MC Hammer, the cartoon animated series, which sadly I never got to see. And New Kids on the Block, I think.
The cartoon went a bit mad and started, spending a lot of money. And it was,
MC Hammer now apparently is like, he tours on the kind of religious music scene.
Does he?
Yeah, he's gone sort of.
Wasn't he always a preacher or something, or just started in gospel or something?
Was he?
Yeah, I think so. Because he used to Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I just assumed he was off the streets.
He used to keep a lot of Bibles in his big trousers.
Yeah.
So he could go around giving it to poor people.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the great music we've got lined up, Steve, we've got obviously our regular features.
Sure.
We've got my classic film review.
Always looking forward to
That's
that.
already getting a little bit of, attention.
From who?
Wow, just various people.
Go on, name some.
Well, can't name them. What, by name or just...
Yeah.
oh God, what's that one? Oh, Scorsese.
Right.
You want me to talk about
Yeah.
one of those films?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You going to talk about one of his today?
Yeah, no.
What we've got lined up?
Spielberg.
Right.
Going to do a Spielberg film.
Okay.
We've got That Film Sounds Good.
Yeah.
Now that's not my film review. That's where I take a track off a soundtrack of a classic film.
Yes.
And it's a great track, and I go, oh, that film sounds good.
Brilliant.
So,
Yeah.
because it sounds
Yeah.
good. You see what I mean?
But please don't be confused and think that that's the film review. I hate people to think that.
No.
That's
because-
what I wouldn't want. to
Yeah.
happen.
We've got Song for the Lovers. We've got Song for the Ladies.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing a hip hop track.
It's called it's called the hip hop track.
It's called, Steve says, hip hop hooray.
Hip hop parade.
That's not bad, is it?
Oh, it's just brilliant.
come
Well,
on.
if there's anyone listening, like Saatchi and Saatchi or McCann Erickson, or those people that do advertising, then we are the people.
We're the people, man.
We can market.
We'll market anything. And maybe you're a 2-bit band. You want to email in or something, and
Yeah.
just say, how can we publicise our music?
Yeah.
We'll
Well, I
find
mean,
a
if
way.
we were marketing, say, a band, we wouldn't say this is a 2-bit band. That'd be wrong.
Was that the
We'd
first
say this is
mistake?
yeah. We'd say this is a brilliant band. They're going
They're going
from
places.
the excellent. I like it when it's always the same reviews. It's sort of like
Mark Goodyear,
they go
inevitably.
the excellent single by Coldplay, Yellow. He goes, oh, Yellow, that's Yellow by
Exactly,
Coldplay.
yeah.
Why do they do the bit that says Yellow? We've
Yeah.
said it just to
Yeah.
show it. Like, I want to see something else in the song, maybe the middle 8.
Yeah, it would always be the brand new excellent album from Travis, featuring the hit single "Sing, Sing, Sing, Sing." That's the brand
Sing.
new album from Travis. It features 12 other new tracks and Sing, Sing, Sing. Brilliant. Well done.
Actually,
Cheers.
I'd buy it.
No, I would. Based on that.
That's all the features we've got, isn't it?
That's all the stuff we lined up. We were probably gonna, I don't know, probably rabbit on about other stuff.
Yeah.
Carl, unless I'm very much mistaken, we've got something to give away. Is that right? The K-Man's with us, of course, pressing the button.
Yeah.
KP.
You all right, mate?
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pilkington.
We have-
Hold on, can I just say there's nothing funny about that name? Just straight,
It's
no, straight
nothing.
away, seriously.
Let's clear that up straight away.
You know,
the
you
idea
can't
that people
Pilkington,
are
isn't it?
laughing.
You can't, so in school, they'd go through the register, Anderson, they'd go through Camfield, Sturgis. Well, no, it wouldn't go to Sturgis yet, would it?
No, she wouldn't be there, would she?
Well, no, P's before S, isn't it?
She just wouldn't be at school.
She'd be out
Too
taking-
busy in rehab.
Pilkington. Okay, settle down. There's nothing funny about Pilkington.
What's up with it?
It's Pilkington. Pilkington.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like Plonker.
Yeah, or Pilchard.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got tickets for
I don't think anyone's ever mocked the name before. I think we're the first ones to do it.
Oh, we're brilliant, we are.
I don't think people up north figured that out, that it was a funny name.
Well, it probably isn't up there, is it? Because they've all got names
all
like,
called that, aren't
like
they?
Ramsbottom,
Yeah.
Wilkinson, Pilkington.
Piddle Trent Hyde. Oscar Piddle Trent Hyde, what are you doing? You're late.
Anyway, Gervais.
Well, all right. Okay.
Now, that's an exotic name.
It's a
Don't
bit
have go at
French,
just-
it's a bit
He pays your
French.
wages. Blimey, here he comes, having a go at the star of the show.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah. Do you want to play a record and get back to it? We got tickets to give away, that's what we're saying.
Carl, what's the tickets? People want to know what the tickets are.
After this record.
Clever.
Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja. That's what I like about sort of rock and roll. That just, sings, tells a story about everyday things
Yeah.
you know about. You know.
Shinobi versus Dragon.
Yeah, the old
Was there any
experience.
reference to Shinobi or the Dragon Ninja in the song?
I wasn't listening.
I wasn't really paying attention, but I'm assuming that some of that screaming was about Shinobi and the Dragon. I don't know who won. If anyone knows who won out of the Shinobi and the Dragon Ninja.
Or maybe it's like a trilogy. Maybe they sort of get together in one. Then the second single, there's the fight,
Right,
like
sure.
the mid thing in the film. Because I don't know about film structure because I do a film review.
yeah, sure.
And then the final one is the
The two of them
outcome.
pairing up against maybe a larger villain. A Godzilla type. Maybe.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Okay, well no, they do. Lost Profits. Well, unless
If you're
they
listening.
haven't written it yet.
Are the Lost Prophets English? Are they British? What's the deal? Who are the
Pilkington.
prophets?
Pilks.
Who's the profs?
Pilky.
Yeah, I think they are, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the answer? What was that? Are they English or American?
I'd say they're American.
Just having a guess? Why didn't you just say I don't know? Still trying to fool us. KP again trying to deceive us. KP, you were going to tell us, Pilky, you were going to tell us, Pilchard, you were going to tell us what?
What tickets are we away?
But it worked for me, you see, because when I was younger, I
Yeah.
had a mobile disco.
Brilliant, so did I.
And it was me and my mate Colin Makin. And the disco was called Pilky's Making Music.
That's brilliant. I mean, genuinely brilliant. Pilk is making music.
Guess what? When I first started the mobile disco, this was when I was about 14. We didn't really go out touring. We just would do it for like people's parties and stuff. We were called the rock and roll DJs.
No, really.
We drew it on some sort of see-through paper and put a light behind it. Rock and roll DJs.
My first disco, I had 2 nights a week in this pub.
What, you ran a disco?
Yeah, this pub near King's Cross, right? And it was just their records, right? And I had to play this number of songs every time, the same time every week. So all the locals, all drunk, were dancing and everything. One of them was American Pie by Don McLean,
right?
And they just sing along all the words, sort of drunk.
And it's about 7 minutes long, wasn't it?
Yeah. The other one was Baby Jane by Rod Stewart.
Nice.
If I didn't play that, I'd get lynched. And what was the other one? There was another one that I always had to play. It was a ballad. I have to remember that. But yeah.
So, Karl, do you think, and maybe Ricky as well, do you think you know much about DJing for, like, you know, the sort of, the wedding party, or maybe someone's 18th? Oh, really? Okay, let me just offer a little hypothesis for you then. Alright, the buffet's been served, right?
Yeah.
People have done some speeches, like it's a wedding do.
Yeah.
So you've already played some records early on, you've stopped for food, you've just played some light backing music in the background while the food's been served. You want to get the party rocking again, what do you kick off with?
It depends. I've already got it down to 2 or 3 records.
Okay, I'd like to hear what they are.
Well, I've got it down to, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Right.
That'd be great, if there's, depending on, or, you want to go a bit modern, I'd probably start off with sort of Will Smith.
Well, careful, Rick, I've got to bear in mind, it is a wedding do, so there's people from age 8 to 80. You got to cater to every market.
Okay.
Karl, what about you?
See, this was back in '88, so
Kylie.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what the definitive track is?
Go on.
Oh, What a Night, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Ding, ding, ding. People don't realise what it is exactly. It's straight away. Ding, ding, ding. Bow, down, 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 down. I can't actually play it. But,
the record.
Oh, What a Night. Late December back in 60s. That leads you straight into a 70s medley, and everyone's loving that. I'm thinking Bee Gees. There's going to probably be some kind of ABBA track, Dancing Queen, all going to storm. You're turning your noses up. I can tell you this, that we got bookings endless. People are going, you're amazing. I don't know how you do it.
I wouldn't have got up. I would have sat there.
Well, you might be, because you're one of those grouchy, you're one of those kind of moody teenagers. Oh, I'm not going to dance to this. I'll tell you, the old ladies would have been up. The people with a decent bit of musical taste would be up.
No, the first person to get up is a fat lady in a dress with bad ankles and a little kid who's got problems, and he's in a little DJ.
See, the problem with you two is you're not catering to the market. You're trying to be all sort of bohemian and kind of off, teach people about music and stuff. There's no place for Kylie, not at a mobile disco. Far too avant-garde. Alright, kick it in. Grease Megamix.
Got to play a record.
Come on, Eileen. Have you got Come on, Eileen? Play that.
What are you going to play?
Love Shack.
Coldplay.
Excellent. Yellow.
Well, you'd never
It's
take
the
those.
excellent single by Coldplay. It's Yellow. Oh, Yellow. That's Yellow by Coldplay. That was the stunning new single from Coldplay, Yellow. All the way back to 1999. When was it? 2000?
It was. No, 99.
Was it?
No, was it?
About that.
I didn't realise so many people were fans of the Lost Prophets. Everyone's been phoning in, emailing in, telling us they were from Cardiff.
Yeah. Welsh band. Now, you're going to tell us what tickets you've got, Karl. What have we got to give away?
Tickets for...
Now, we kept the secret. We said, no, tell us on air, so it's a big surprise. This is going to be, if it's going to be really rubbish, is it? This, whatever these tickets are, right, is a testament to how much they rate us here at XFM, how much they rate our show and care about us. What tickets have we got to give away? A top show featuring Mickey Gervais and Steve Merchant and Pilkington. What tickets have we got to give away?
Tickets for K-Fest.
Right, go on.
What's that?
It's like a rock thing that's going on tonight.
Right.
If you're into that Welsh.
Right, well, name some of the bands. Names of the bands.
Niall.
Go on.
Right.
That's one of the bigger ones. Mark Lanigan.
Who?
Not Lanners. Is Lanners playing? He's not really.
Yeah.
Mark Lanigan really playing there?
I think so.
God, who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who is Lanigan? Is he someone you went to school with? Who is Mark Lanigan? Who else is on?
Who is Mark Lanigan? Is he the promoter? Who is he? Is he head
Is this in a
security?
pub in Camden?
You got Niall.
We're giving away tickets to the K-Fest.
Hold on, let's have a look. This is the enemy. Mark Lanigan, Masters of Reality. Right, okay. Who else? We got Niall, we got Mark Lanigan.
Niall?
Who else?
I can't pronounce this one.
Oh, let's have a look. That's good.
Bethlehem or something.
Bethlehem?
Behemoth.
Behemoth?
Behemoth, is it?
Let me see. God, no one can read. I expect it from a northerner, but not from a university educated man like you, do
Oh,
they?
yeah.
Let me have a look. Where are we now? I can't even find it on the page. Here we are. Yeah.
Anyway.
Behemoth. Yeah, Behemoth open
But hold on, I
proceedings.
just thought of something. We're not really giving those away, are we? Surely we're asking some sort of financial reward for them. Right, okay, right. Is there a competition or
Let's
something?
just South Carolina Death Metalers, Nile.
Okay, alright,
At the
okay.
K-Fest.
Yeah,
That means something
K-Fest,
to some people.
we've got a pair of tickets to give away?
Yep.
Okay, if you want to go to, K-Fest, it's the Mean Fiddler, Charing Cross Road, and that's, tonight, is it? Mm-hmm. The tickets would be $7.50, but we're giving away for free.
Why don't we say we're giving away for a £5?
No.
That's still a saving.
But I'll tell you what, if you can call in, what's the number?
08 700 800 123.
Yeah, and if the question is because they're quite sought after. There's big names here like Niall and that what's his name? Lanigan's on. The question is who wants to go?
Yeah.
So if you can call in and answer that question, who wants to go to that? Then you could be one of the lucky winners. Right. After this, some great chat and music.
Could you also explain who Mark Lanigan is?
De La Soul, watch out. Well, we're wrong. The lines went mental.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So that they knew all about them, and where they were from, what they were like, and the tickets.
Death
are gone,
metal's just
right?
something that's it's obviously passed me by, but it's obviously huge.
It is huge. It's sort of huge without being sort of in the public eye.
Yeah.
Famous. I think it's probably the only real alternative out there now, isn't it? Because everything else is sort of mainstream. There's no real alternative music.
Even
raps.
hip-hop?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Slipknot kind of have snuck in, haven't they? Because they
Yeah, and
their album went
Marilyn
straight to #1 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible.
It still gets people saying, "You know, son of mine."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, you're probably not. You're probably a daughter or something. I can't remember. You can't. I
It's
can't
like
really
some
tell.
people who phone up about the heavy metal though, they always sound such nice people.
Yeah.
The women always sound attractive. You know, if you meet them though, they're like 8 foot tall.
I
and
know the
those
fact
huge
that
boots.
we've actually, we suddenly sound like two old ladies on a bus. And you know what? I spoke to one of them rappers, and he was as nice as pie. Helped with the shopping and everything. I thought he was going to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am 27 years old now, Rick. 28 according to Karl.
Yeah.
Talking of my birthday, you know, we did it was my birthday a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the stuff that my dad had given me as presents in
Yeah.
the past. And anyway, my sister told me that he'd listened to some of it in the car driving up, and he was a bit quite upset. And he had
Oh,
mentioned it to
really?
me. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was all affectionate.
It was done with
wasn't
affection, but it was like we were slagging off his gifts, which were awful.
I know.
Yeah.
He's probably listening again.
Well, possibly
That
on
happened
the-
to me
on-
once.
online.
I remember telling a story on XFM, and I'll tell you the story in case you've heard it, but I'll tell you. All it was, I used to live in just a little one-room sort of bedsit with my girlfriend, sort of in it was sort of like 8 as well, and it was just awful. It was one room, and we had a bed, and it's sort of like the kitchen was the bedroom, so our bed, it literally
The
like,
kitchen was the bedroom?
Yeah, it was
Right.
the bed in there, and then it was just one room we had. That's all we could afford. Yeah,
Bit
and so we
like
had and so you know you're sleeping in bed. Your head was by the fridge, and the sink was by your feet, and you had to go out and down the stairs to a communal toilet. So I'm a man. I could just pop out of bed on tiptoes. The sink was quite high, and have a little wee in the middle of the night. So put him and that's fine.
Into the sink, not the fridge.
Into the sink, yeah. So that was fine. And sometimes I'd just hear Jane go, "Oh, at least run the tap afterwards." And I go, all right, run the tap, right? And I just remember once going, at least take the dishes out first. Because I used to sort of lift, if it was just full of dishes, I used to lift them up and sort of like aim underneath it, and then it was quite hygienic. It was, you know, but
What do you mean it was quite hygienic?
well, I
In
was
what
tired.
world is it quite hygienic?
I was tired and drunk, and yeah, and it was just it was a horrible place, and we had mice.
You urinate quite a lot, don't you? You have a problem with urination after lot.
Well, I worry about getting caught, like on a tube. I have to, I don't take tubes anymore.
Well, I
just
listen
in
to
case.
my dad's advice is never pass the toilet and not use it, because you never know when you might have to use one
That
again.
is exactly mine,
you might
yeah.
Not, you might
yeah.
not see one for a long time.
But anyway, sorry, what I was going to say was, Jane's mum was listening.
What's that story, when you told that story?
And they said, Ricky's doing a story about weeing in the sink. And you went, no. He makes an awful lot up. He makes an awful lot up. Yeah, that's what we have to say. No, I was joking. You know, I didn't mean it. So, I think I got away with it. Although Mum did watch me every time I went out to the kitchen when I was when I was at her house. You right? Yeah, just go to. Right,
Do you want a corned beef sandwich? No.
Yeah.
If so, just I'll have it on some
Toilet's over there,
newspaper.
Ricky. I know. The toilet's over there. Okay. All right. What? Yeah. Oasis. Don't Look Back in Anger. A classic there.
Absolutely.
from the height of Britpop.
My God, it's mad to think it's a classic now, and I was there at the beginning.
I know, I can't believe it. By the way, urinating isn't bad, it's a good thing. It's getting, you know...
No, obviously it's good getting the... I'm not saying the urination's a bad thing. I wasn't damning the fact that you needed to urinate. It was the fact you were doing it in the sink.
With dishes, you probably...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, you know, see, the thing is, in, you know, there are some societies where if you urinate on something, you sort of own that thing.
What society is that?
Cats, for example, cats.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, cats are, you know, enigmatic creatures, aren't they? Mysterious creatures. I mean, so if I sometimes I own a lot of things through that.
Right.
Sinks, telephone boxes.
Yeah.
You know, lots of fences.
My shoes.
Your shoes once, yeah. When I was chasing you around robbing shoes once.
Yeah.
You'd be alright around jellyfish, because apparently...
Is this a band that's playing tonight? It is a band, isn't it, actually?
It was, I think.
They're on
Yeah.
a K-Fest.
Yeah.
Now, if you get stung by a jellyfish,
Yeah.
stops it hurting.
Is that true? It's just for anyone listening. I mean, it's probably best to check that maybe on the internet or phone a doctor before you try that. I mean, because although Karl has got a lot of useful information, he's not a medically trained man.
Yeah, because I got in trouble once coming out of the sea at Bognor, running around, people going, wee on me, please.
Yeah.
Please wee on me. Just running around.
I'm laughing, but...
Yeah. But, have you ever wet the bed?
I honestly haven't.
I've never wet the bed. Never wet the bed.
Never.
Okay, let's play a record then.
Oh, we're doing a bit of,
You've wet the bed, have you?
Wow, not as such.
Well, you may as well tell us.
Well, yes then.
Well, is there a story attached?
Well, I remember once, right?
Was this when you were a child?
Sort of.
How old?
26.
Okay.
And, oh god. Oh, it's another story involving... Anyway, right, once...
just wasn't a sink handy.
Oh god.
Come on, Gervais.
Well, once... I went to, stay, went down to Brighton with Jane for a party, her sister's party, and we were staying at her parents' house. Her parents were away, and first of all, I got too drunk. I don't think I'd known her very long, might have been, and I remember it was a fancy dress party, and I didn't go to fancy dress, but I remember laying on the floor trying to trip people over because I was so drunk.
The sort of thing that's hilarious if you're drunk.
Yeah, imagine Jane going, "Oh, that's my boyfriend. I'm so proud." To all her family, and then we got a cab. I got a cab journey home to her that I didn't remember, and apparently the cab driver going, "Is he all right?" Because I was going, "I'd be sick. I'd be sick." Jane, she's going, "Yeah, he's fine." Then I laid on the bathroom floor, and Jane timed it. It was 45 minutes. Me singing "Right by Your Side" by the Eurythmics, and then I went to bed, and apparently I got up in the middle of the night, walked round the bed, and just thought the bed was a toilet. And Jane said, "Ricky!" I went, "What?" She went, "You're pissing on me." I went, "Well, you don't need to wake me up." And then just got back to bed.
You urinated on the bed?
Alright, yeah.
Bit of hip hop.
Oh, man alive. Hip hop hooray!
Hip hop hooray!
Oh, it's the opportunity where Steve gets to play one of his classic hip hop tracks, something maybe you've not heard before, Rick.
Can I just say, I actually slightly regret telling a story about me weeing.
Yeah, well, it doesn't stop there. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure you've told me more in the past.
Alright, just get on with the hip hop track.
This is from, I need to just introduce it briefly. It's from an artist called Mad Skills, who on this record claims that he has written loads of other people's songs, which I think is true. The only thing I would say is that the names of the artists he's supposedly written for have been bleeped out, but of course, because it's also a radio-friendly version, all the swearing's been bleeped out as well. So there's a lot of bleeping, but if you can piece it together from it, it will actually be quite a good song. Go on.
I'm gonna actually...
No, you don't own it by urinating on it.
Yeah, I am.
No,
Yeah.
Put it away.
Just a little dribble, that is mine now.
That cost me over £5.
Gorillas rock the house on XFM 104.9, 2 o'clock, halfway through already. Ricky Gervais show.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, telling really quite embarrassing things that I wish I hadn't now. It makes me look like some sort of mad old urinator.
No, you just can't handle your drink. You can't handle your drink.
No, I can. I just get rid of it in the usual way of excretion via the kidneys, down the urethra, out the end, down the sink. Sometimes a sink, sometimes a toilet, Karl.
Sometimes a bed.
Yes.
Or your girlfriend.
You know, it just, embarrassing things. I remember once, right? I used to love nature when I was about like 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And I remember going out with my sister and my brother and their girlfriend and boyfriend, like to become their husband and wife. And
thanks for that.
Yeah, you know, just keeping continuity there.
Yeah.
And I used to get shells and things on the beach, and I used to get anything. I love nature. And once I found I love reptiles as well, and I found this perfect snake skin. A grass snake or an adder, and it was I absolutely I couldn't believe my luck, and I was going look, and they were going, okay, put it down, because I realised they were a little bit scared of it. They were going, put it down, it's dirty, and of course I'd torture them a little bit, and then I thought this was hilarious, and they made me leave it there, and I told mum and everything, and then much later when I had some friends when I was about 14 or 15, I was telling this story to embarrass my sister, and I was going, yeah, and she was scared of it, and she went, well, it was a used Johnny. She'd waited that long to embarrass me in front of my friends.
God.
I'd been running round with a used Durex, thinking that this was great because they were scared of snakes, and they were going, put it down, it's dirty. No, be careful of the poison.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It is horrible, isn't it? Have I gone too far again?
How could you not realise it was made of rubber, for goodness sake? Well, you obviously didn't know anything about nature.
Well,
I used to love nature, me.
Yeah,
What's the difference between some skin and
this
rubber
is
Johnny?
Now be careful of the Johnny snake.
Yeah.
Their little poppy head and their poison that... Oh, dear.
I always remember there's this kid who lived near me once, and this bird got run over, and he said, I can save it, and he kissed it. Because he thought he could give it the he thought he could give it the kiss of life.
I thought you meant it was a girl.
No.
It got run over.
And he kissed it. No, he thought he could give it the kiss of life, but he didn't know what the kiss of life was. He just thought you could kiss something and that would bring it back to life.
I think it was an excuse. I think he was
kiss a
thinking, I
dead
can't
bird.
wait for a bird to get run over, then I can pretend to be giving it a kiss of life, but really I'm giving it a nice little snog on the
I remember he
beak.
kissed it like that and threw it up like it would fly away, and it just went boom onto the floor.
Oh, was it dead or?
Yeah, it was blood everywhere. It was horrible.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And what's he doing now?
He presents Animal Hospital. No, I don't know what he's doing. But,
He's the worst vet in the world. Got
yeah.
struck off. Just leaving with all his patients. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, bless him. Oh no, I killed a fish once.
Go on.
Well, I made a little bow and arrow. I was about 8 or 9, and I made a bow and arrow. And you know, you never think. I had a pond, and there was a huge fish in it, about 8 inches long, a huge big sort of like golden orf or something, or a carp or something. And I was sort of playing, and I aimed, and I shot it, and it went straight through it and floated to the top. And I thought, oh my God!
You pierced a fish with an arrow. That's an amazing shot.
Well, it was luck. It was pure luck. I
You're
never
Native
thought I'd do it.
American.
Yeah. You know those little things outside in the front garden by the front gate? The little sort of 4 inches by 4 inches bit of metal. You lift it up, and it's sort of like where the drains are if the plumbers need to get there, or the council or everything like that.
Right.
I dropped it down there, and I thought, oh my God, what if that's discovered? What if I have to drain? So I ran loads and loads of journeys in and out of my house, right, to the toilet and back, just taking out handfuls of Vim and pouring bleach down, thinking that I can get rid of this fish before the council dig it up in 10 years' time and go, send him to jail.
Yes.
Fish aside.
But what do you think they would have done? They'd have taken the dead fish, they'd have gone to each of the doors going, is this your fish?
Yeah, but you don't think...
Do you recognise either the arrow or the fish?
You mean, yes, it's arrow straight through it. But, you don't think when you're 8 that it'd be okay. If I can ride this out till I'm 20, the statute of limitations on goldfish murder, it is about, I can't work it out, 12 years.
Wow.
So that was...
a killer. Karl, anything embarrassing ever happened to you ever?
With what? With animals and stuff?
Could be animals.
I like animals, to be honest.
So do I, it was a mistake.
No, you don't. I thought you were feeling bad about the fish.
Yeah.
But really, you were more worried about you being locked up.
Well, I felt bad. There's both the law and the moral side of fish death. I mean, we kill fish all the time, just not usually with a bow and arrow in a back garden in Whitley. Often the supermarket can lend a hand with that.
I used to sell mackerel.
Did you?
I had a pet magpie
Did you?
called Maggie.
Oh, pet
Inventive.
magpie. You mean you captured it and didn't let it go away?
Yeah.
Can't have a pet magpie.
But then it got really vicious. I mean...
Well, it was
quite
right,
nasty.
let me go. What do you keep it in, a rabbit hutch?
No, it flew around, but it used to just like come to me all the time. But then it started pecking me head and stuff.
That's not a pet magpie. That's a bird in the garden.
No, but I could actually, I could hold it and stuff. It wasn't scared of me, and it knew it was me. It used to come down from like the top.
It hated you. That's why it wanted to peck you. Is that?
And the other thing, I always remember being younger and like walking through the woods to school with my mum, and like, I was chasing a butterfly, and she said, "Oh, don't do that, Karl." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because they only live a day." I said, "Oh, all right, I'll get a dead one in the morning."
That's genius.
That's great. That's quick thinking, isn't it? Oh,
Oh, that's sweet. Let's play a song.
oh. Wu-Tang Clan and Gravel Pit. We love that, don't we?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic
brilliant.
track. We're talking about embarrassing stories and stuff, and I don't know if I've told this on the radio before. Have I told you, Karl? I'm not sure. But this was when I was working at the BBC. This is not even long ago, and I'd moved to London, and I was fairly new in London. And I was working at the BBC, and I had this BBC hire car, and I've never told it. If there's anyone listening who works for the BBC, I don't know if I can still get in trouble for it. But this BBC hire car, and it was like I've been ferrying kind of actors and people and production people around all day in this car. And I was driving back, it was quite late, it was about sort of 7 or 8, and I was driving back, and I pulled in to get some petrol. We had to fill up the car every day. And I went into this garage to fill up some petrol, and I was there, and this two blokes came in a white van, right? They sort of pulled into the forecourt, and I was filling up the car, and they went, "Hey, do you want to buy a couple of speakers?" And I said, "Yes, I do."
Yeah.
Because, to tell you the reason, it was like I was so flattered that they thought I'd be the kind of bloke who would A, need some kind of classy speakers, and B, would like to buy them on the sly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, they like the
They've
fact
seen me. They've
could-
seen I look a bit of a hustler.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm a street sort of guy. You can see by the way I use my walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe my luck. So they drove behind the garage, the little sort of garage bit at the back, and I went round there, sort of casually went round there, sort of locked the car, went round there. They went, yeah, open the back, you had these speakers in there. I said, "Are you sure these aren't knocked off, mate?" He went, no. We work for Dixon's. This is a story he spun me. We work for Dixon's, right? And we're delivery men, and if we make a delivery and the person's not there to sign for the goods, then we have to bring them back to the warehouse. But if we can sell them on the way back, then that's really good for Dixon's.
Dixon's must love that.
And instead of thinking, are you sure some kind of troubleshooter didn't... I mean, did someone go into Dixon's and go, yeah, you're not getting in the garage forecourt market?
Jones.
Exactly.
Get a couple of lads in a white van.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I sort of bought this story, and I was a little bit dubious, and I went, right, let me hear them then. And he wired them up to the car stereo, and boom, 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 they're playing. So it was some groovy hip-hop. I was thinking, great, these guys know what I'm into. Yeah. And he's giving me the talk and stuff. And, I said, I'm a bit worried these are knocked off. He went, no, listen, we got a bloke at Dixon's who can confirm this is fine, right? Phone him up, use my mobile, right? And quote this reference number, right? So I phone out, they go, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, and I goes, yeah, I go, hi, some guys here in the garage forecourt trying to sell me some speakers. Just wanted to check. He went, it's fine. I went, should I just read the reference number or whatever? He went, if you want. And X14, and I went, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that was, don't you? That was actually Mr. Dixon himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, well, you know, they sound great. They're giving me for a knockdown price. I'd say they were like 400 quid, they were like 200 quid or something. It was a good bargain. I was in the market for some speakers as well.
Yeah.
So, while they were loading
it's
them
all kosher, I phoned Dixon.
Exactly, I phoned Dixon's, that's fine.
Yeah.
So while they're loading them in the back of the BBC hire car, right, I'm in there paying for the petrol, right, and the guy serving goes, oh, all right. He goes, what were you doing around the back with those blokes? Right? Because obviously there's security cameras filming this whole transaction, right? And he goes, what are you doing around the back? And I went, brilliantly, there's some old mates. Some of my mates were just having a chat and that. He went, oh, right, okay, like, giving me, obviously, the evil eye. So I went back to the van. So I'm in the car now, and I'm driving with one of the blokes who's in the van with me, because I didn't have the money on me, so I had to go to the cash point to get the cash, right? So I'm driving with him, and the other guy's, like, following me in the van, and he was like a northerner, like you, and he was giving it all the, all right, yeah, you know. I tell my girlfriend's a DJ, she's got some of these speakers, they're fantastic, da-da-da, and he's giving me this. And then my mind starts working. Now that I've got a bit of time to think, I'm thinking, wait a minute. This all sounds a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
It dawned on me, Rick.
You don't fall, are you? You're streetwise.
Exactly.
You're streetwise, Steve.
Not only that, I was thinking, how am I going to get them home? I've got to drop the car off at the BBC. How am I going to get these huge speakers back to where I live?
And how can I pay for them? Because I've just spent £100 on Find the Lady with a couple of blokes in the square. It seemed like a fair game. Some of his friends were winning.
But so I explained to him, I said, I can't get them back to, like, Brixton, where I was living at the time. He went, don't worry, give us an extra 20 quid, we'll take them home for you.
Oh, that's good. Delivery. They do a whole service, you see. And there's also a backup guarantee. Did they have the guarantee? The 3-month guarantee?
They didn't.
No.
But so then, I said, I'm not sure about that. He went, well, why don't you put them in a cab, send them back, and your housemates can collect it? I was like, oh, no, there'd be no one in. And I was beginning to sort of get a bit conscious of, like, maybe this was a bit of a scam, after all. So I pulled into, like, a little side road. I said, I'm not sure I'm into this now, actually. He went, what are you talking about? It's 200 quid for a pair of speakers. It's a bargain. You never get a bargain like this, mate. I'm going, not too sure, actually. I don't think I want them. He went, 150 quid, 150 quid, mate, 150 quid. I went, no. He's 100 quid now to you. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, this doesn't sound like the kind of work that Dixon's would be doing.
Dixon's don't do that when I go in.
This is it.
Dixon's never negotiate in that way.
When I go there, look around and I leave, they go, where are you going? Exactly. I go, we'll have anything then. Have anything for a
So
quid.
I stopped the car and the white van pulled up behind me with his mates in.
Sure.
And and I said, can you get him out? I'm not interested. And he went, oh, 100 quid, mate. Oh, you, and he was just going, you tosser, you obviously want some speakers, and he was having a go at me. So I was carrying the speakers out and putting them back in the white van, and he was just shouting at me, because he was going, 70 quid, I was like, 70 quid from 200, this is ludicrous.
You realise that wasn't Dixon's policy then.
Exactly.
They don't usually shout at you tosser as you leave the shop and walk down Camden High Street. They're not usually shouting at you tosser.
You should have took the offer of like the monthly payments they've got on at the moment.
So I eventually put them in there, and I sort of knocked the deal on the head, and I got back in my car, and they were in theirs, and I just looked in the rearview mirror, and they were punching the dashboard, like with aggression and venom, like we let that deal slip through our fingers. And I've never been so terrified in my life. I just sat there, and I was just thinking, oh my god, all I was thinking now is, what if I go back to the BBC, and they go, we've had a call from the police, the man at the garage, he saw you doing a dodgy deal.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, what you do is you put the hire car in a drain in your front garden, and then go in and out of the toilet, just pouring bleach down, or Ajax, and they never know. This is Song for the Lovers. Lovely song there, Song for the Lovers.
Absolutely.
Neil Young, Man Needs a Made Off the Harvest album. What a beautiful song that is. Beautiful strings and everything. Well, you've got a song for the ladies coming up.
Song for the ladies later on as well.
That has set, you know, the standard there.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Were you going to do a film review as well later? Or have you still got that?
Well, I could do a film review now, because it's quite a big...
I thought you needed to prepare, but I mean,
no, it's quite a big film, and I've seen it, and it is, you know, it's a great film, so I hope I can do it justice, because it's a very... Okay, this week...
What film is it going to be?
It's going to be Schindler's List.
Okay, and are you going to do a jingle for us?
Ricky's film review.
Okay.
This is a film by Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
And because it's in olden times, it's all black and white and that, except a coat that's red. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, it's about a bloke who's called Schindler, and because there were so many people we wanted to save, he had to make a list to get organised, and he tried to save as many as he could, and you know, he made him sort of not make the bullets properly on purpose, because he, you know, and in the end they gave him a ring. It's the same bloke who made E.T.
Okay, your review of Schindler's List.
Yeah.
And as ever, mark out of 10, please.
9, it was brilliant.
You really enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the fact that it was 3 hours long bother you?
No.
No? Quite like that? Okay.
Watched some of it on fast forward.
Okay. Karl, have you seen Schindler's List?
No, I'm surprised they managed to get all that in 3 hours.
Amazing, isn't it? Would that encourage you to see the film?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, what would you give it a mark out of 10?
9.
You'd give it 9 as well? Okay, I'll tell you,
That red coat effect thing you're going on about, that's sold it.
You like that,
Yeah.
Well, that was just a mistake, apparently.
Apparently, they probably just couldn't get all the colour out of it.
As I said before, if you've got a film that you'd like to have reviewed by Ricky Gervais, then email us, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, and I'm sure he can,
or even not just like, the people, but what about the ones who make the films? Like, you know, the ones that actually make the film, what are they called? Hollywood?
Yes.
If they want me to do one, but they're coming out to sort of give it a little bit of a boost. You saw me give away the tickets, that was selling.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can sell your product, and we make it look like it's all editorial, but really, if there's a little bit of money involved, I can probably give it a 9 out of 10 instead of 4 or something.
Rick, would you do that without having seen the film?
Yeah.
That's fine, because they wouldn't they could just tell you what was coming up, and then
if they said this, give us a good review and here's 20 quid.
Yeah.
If they go, there's no money in it, I'll probably give it a bad review.
Let's just try that. Rick, can I just try that now? Because I mean, a lot of people listening won't be necessarily convinced. Lord of the Rings. Let's imagine I've paid you now to review the forthcoming film Lord of the Rings. What do you make of it?
This is a brilliant film.
Yep.
And even though it's all about wizards and that, and there's people in caves called gonads, with beards, probably Robbie Coltrane's in it, because he's in the other one at the moment, and it's all swords and stuff, and there's some magic, but it is actually the Lord of the Rings, not just like, you know, just one of them. He's the Lord of it, and he's excellent in it. So,
right, mark out of 10?
9.
Again, very popular film for you. Karl? Less convinced by that one, maybe?
That doesn't sound as good as the other one.
Yeah, what are you gonna give it, 7?
Still give it 9.
You still give it 9?
Excellent, because we split it. We split the money.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good.
This is the Eels. Sorry about that. That was a mistake. I know the shit that was, but it was too late to get it out of the CD players. Muse and Feeling Good. What do you think of that?
I'm not a fan of Muse, but I wasn't quite as venomous in my hatred.
Don't worry,
of
we
it.
won't play that again.
Let's explain the situation in the studio. There's a certain frosty air now because
What?
we ended up playing Muse.
Yeah,
it was,
it was
it was a mistake.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
Well, no, it's not. It's not as bad as Ricky thinks it. I admit it's not as bad as that, but I'm standing out of it because I'm not a fan of Muse. I wouldn't play Muse generally.
Well, I don't mind Muse generally, but I hate that.
What, you like Muse normally? I hate Muse.
Well, I don't hate them.
Says the man who bought the Like Funky Ones album.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't play them on XFM.
I know, but Muse fits in. I mean, you're saying you want to play
Fits in, so
Radiohead.
playing a
You sound
Nina,
like
doing a
Radiohead,
Nina
it's a new-
Simone. Why don't we play Radiohead then? That's what I was saying.
You're
Let's-
playing Radiohead, but Muse is like Radiohead. There's not a big difference. Anyway, we're not going to argue.
There is a big difference. Phone in if you. What's the difference between Muse and Radiohead? What's the phone number?
What do you mean, what's the difference?
Well, yeah, I'll just have a competition. Let's see if people can tell the difference between Muse and Radiohead. Give the number out.
Can't be bothered.
Nor can I.
So it's left to me to keep the thing afloat.
Yeah.
That's never good news. I went to see the White Stripes this week.
Good.
If anyone's interested. Anyone interested in that?
Go on, Steve.
White Stripes are absolutely amazing. I've heard all the hype. You know, I've not listened to the album. I went along to the gig, got a free ticket. Wasn't even £1 off. It was free, £10. I could have sold it outside the gig. I didn't. I went in, right? Couldn't take along a mate. XFM wouldn't let me. I went there on my own. You know, went in there. I have to say, I wasn't expecting much. They were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. I have to say this now. They were the best band I'd seen who I didn't know much about or whatever. Like, they were a new band. They were the best band I'd seen live since I saw a little band you might have heard of called Oasis for £5 at Coventry Poly.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
It's a long name for a band.
And, it was amazing, and it's brilliant because it's just the two of them. Obviously, the girl on the drums, the guy playing the guitar. He's got a real kind of rock guitar skill. He really plays it up and down the long neck bit. I mean, I know all about the music and that, the terminology.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he plays like kind of steel, with that steel pedal thing on his, not steel pedal, the finger thing, the kind of thimble thing that some guitarists wear. I believe it's called a guitar thimble. I believe is the name for it. And he plays that like old bluesman would play. He plays that sometimes. Sometimes-
bluesman.
Sometimes he's got like a little electric keyboard thing, or piano, as I believe some people call it.
See, this isn't a review, this is listing the instruments.
Well, all right. There's not many to get through with. There's some drums and a guitar.
What colour microphones were they?
I'm glad you asked.
Were they SM58s?
Anyway, the point is this.
Go on.
With just those few simple instruments, they
Yeah.
had this huge sound, a big rocky sound,
Yeah.
quality, kind of bluesy punk with a little bit of an edge into it. It was amazing. I have to say, I was a huge fan. And so I thought we could play a bit of White Stripes, you know, to
We
sort of
could.
commemorate that excellent gig.
I saw a band once, right? There was a drummer, had all the drums, big one at the bottom, two of the diddle-dums once, cymbals,
Yeah.
they were all mic'd up with different microphones, coming down the loudy speaks. I was at the back, it was still, wow, I can hear everything on that. Electrical, really, and a guitar, and a bass.
Can I do a gig review every week, like you do your film review?
No, good, yeah. Well, you just did.
Well, I'm about as well informed about music as you are about films.
Anyway, tell me how do you choose the playlist? Feeder, Just Today. Now, because we're running out of time,
Yeah.
because of that Muse shit we had to play, I think I'll say that's my feature. That PlayStation game sounds good,
Right.
because that's the main music of the PlayStation 2 game, Gran Turismo.
Right.
So I could incorporate that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I've still got to get in song for you've got to get in song for the ladies.
Yes.
At the end. Got anything else lined up?
Well, I mean, it's just that I've never seen you spiral into such despair after hearing Muse. I mean,
Well-
fair enough, is that they're not a great band.
Well,
but-
obviously we have to, there's a bit of a playlist we have to keep to, and we drop the records we don't like,
Yeah.
right, and play the ones we do, and that's fine. And if I don't care for a track, I don't mention it. I don't usually slag off bands, and I know we got to keep to a playlist. I don't know how they're chosen or anything, but there's one thing I didn't want to play. It's Feeling Good,
Yeah.
and it was already lined up, and there was no time, so I was genuinely annoyed because I don't mind like playing stuff that I wouldn't actually choose myself. That's all right, but we're not completely free played all the time. So the worst thing is I don't want to ever play Feeling Good again. I don't want to ever play Kashin again.
Kashin,
They're
I don't know what
banned.
Kashin is.
I'm thinking of putting a ban on Gorillaz. Anything you like to ban?
Basement Jacks.
Basement Jack. Oh, where's your head at? We already dropped that.
Where's your head
We dropped
at?
that on purpose, didn't we? What else have we dropped today? But that's what we saved people from. Do you know what I mean? Like playing 5 songs over and over again just because some record company wants it to be played. I mean, if I'm gonna play things I hate, pay me. You know what I mean? I'm willing to take bribes. Look, I've been sent some chocolates here by the lads out of Carter USM. Right?
Are they still going?
Yeah, they got a gig at the Who's the Daddy Now tour, right? They're playing the Astoria December the 14th. On December the 14th.
Oh my god, it's worth going along just to see how few people will be there.
Well, see, I wouldn't use play it, but they've sent me chocolates, so there's a plug. It's like, bribe me, not XFM.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get some out of this, Steve.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure even I'd sink so low as to be bribed by Carter. I mean, I'm a man who tried to buy dodgy speakers on the
Steve,
street.
it's a Christmas, Father Christmas with some jelly beans.
Is that from? Who's that from?
That's from the lads. Oh well, it's Who's the Daddy Now tour.
Okay.
And I've got some chocolate money.
Right, lovely.
Yeah, some of it French.
Got anything there from the senseless things? Or the wonder stuff?
No, but you know, we don't know. They know what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Carl was alright at the time. You know, Carl was alright.
Carter?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you like Carter?
Not really, no. It's nonsense.
Well, I didn't like him singing about Dagenham all the time, whatever
No.
it was. No, what was it? New Cross,
yeah.
But, you know, some
Good.
funny lyrics.
Anything
some
else you want to get
puns.
off your chest? What do you make of the war in
that's it.
Afghanistan?
Let's play some songs we like. What have you got lined up?
I've got the song for the ladies, that's coming up in a
Oh,
second.
lovely. Yeah, let's choose a song here. Let's have a look.
You like this one here, Ricky.
What? Oh, Radiohead. Just. Brilliant.
Is this Mute?
Radiohead and Just. Off the Bends. No, that's a track.
It's been a roller coaster ride of emotions, this show.
Yeah.
It started off there with some light-hearted anecdotes about you and animals.
Yeah.
It ended up with you sort of spiralling into despair.
Wow. You know.
There was some urinating in the bed
That's
along the
what
way.
a track by Muse can do to a
Yeah,
man.
yeah, well, clearly.
You know, did I ever react?
But then maybe, well, I mean, maybe that's what makes them good. I mean, if music can, you know, create those kind of passions in someone, maybe that's effective. I don't know.
Well, you've made me think again. I
Well, it's
love
sort of,
Muse.
it's the punk approach, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway, Carl, thanks as ever for pressing the buttons and contributing.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Good job. Shame about the Muse.
He won't be getting a 9 for his movie next week.
But we get.
I think you guys should kiss and make up, maybe
Oh
naked.
well, that's not Carl's fault.
Go and kiss him.
No, I'm not gonna kiss him.
But
I'm
go on,
gonna touch
please
him.
kiss him.
I'm gonna kiss him.
Go
I'm
and
gonna
touch him.
I'm gonna touch
Go
him.
and touch him. Should we both go and touch him?
Yes.
Why don't we play a song for the ladies?
Fantastic.
This week, Drugstore, White Magic for Lovers, beautiful track. And let's just go and kiss and touch Carl. Take the jumper off.
Strokes last night on XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais show.
With Steve Merchant.
Definitely.
Ahoy.
And little Karl Pilkington.
Little
over there.
KP, the K-Man.
Steve,
Yes.
don't worry anymore.
Okay.
I've procured some great gifts to give away. I was tired
Really?
of seeing all these other people getting gifts and that, and it was
Yeah.
all going to that O'Doddle and O'Diddley.
Diddley, yeah.
And Anderson and Sturgis, or at least she steals them herself.
Well, at least she steals herself to sell them to feed the habit, and that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't mind that, because it's
No.
industrious.
Exactly. But I have got Feeder, Echo Park, I've got the Essential Bob Dylan. Now that is a good giveaway.
a great giveaway.
And Reloaded 3.
Did you buy these yourself?
No, little Karl found them.
I have to say, Carl, you've done an absolute dynamite job here, mate. This is great prizes.
And I thought we could play that trivia quiz where we're the challenge. If they get
Right.
someone to catch us out maybe or something, a question like
You
they,
confused me slightly. Explain again.
well, we could play a little trivia quiz, couldn't we?
Right.
And then we could sell the fish.
Use
out
the
the
words that you need
man.
to complete the sentence,
and
Rick.
then we could do this.
What's the quiz?
I don't know.
You've not thought this through.
Coldplay in Yellow.
You've got to keep talking, Rick. We're on the radio.
I got bored.
Did you?
XFM 104.9.
Yeah, with Steve Merchant.
What I was saying was,
Yes.
we could have a little trivia quiz, right? This is how it works. Their phone in, yeah, right, and they'll pitch a question to us two, right? We won't know it. They'll tell Karl, and Karl write down the answer, yeah, or on his email, right? And then it might be something like, who was the first woman MP? And write down the answer, and they go, okay, Steve Ricky was the first one MP. We'll write it down, you know, and you'll write down something like the Queen,
Yeah.
and I'll write down Britney Spears,
Yeah.
and they go, well, Ricky says Britney Spears, and the answer is, did you see?
Yes.
And then whoever's,
So could they phone in, or can they email as well?
they can email as well, Steve.
Right. Okay, so let me just try and clarify this, because I didn't really follow that, and I know what the competition is.
Right.
People listening, phone in or email in with a question, a trivia question. It could be about anything.
I don't
right?
do game shows.
But
like,
one which we may be able to get, right? They phone in with that, or they email it in. But only Karl knows the answer. He asks us here in the studio the question. Ricky and I write it down independently. We hand it to Karl. We see who's got the right answer.
it's like 15 to 1, but 2 to 1.
And the great thing is that the best question that we'll vote on at the very end of the show can win these 3 CDs. We've got Feeder, Echo Park, The Essential Bob Dylan. That's a 2 CD set, Rick.
Maybe keep the questions highbrow to show our intellect, not things like pop and trivia and...
Good idea.
And
we've also got this big compilation, Reloaded 3. That's also a 2 CD compilation.
We'll start phoning and emailing now.
Phoning,
like
emailing
go
with
berserk.
your trivia
Absolutely
questions
go berserk.
For Gervais.
I'm best at science.
Well, don't start
Well, don't
giving
say
hints. That's
that.
not
That's
fair,
just
because I'll
not
say
fair
I'm best
because-
at films if they want
Yeah,
me to
but I've
win.
already said don't do trivia and entertainment and that.
Well, they should do.
don't-
They should do
no.
trivia entertainment. Music and films is what they should do.
No, they shouldn't.
Or
That's
old
stupid.
TV.
That's the cliche of XM listeners, and I know they're more intelligent than that.
They're not. They're not, Rick.
They're-
They're stupid people. They're stupid people, and they only know about a few things.
Garbage, Cherry Lips on XFM 104.9. Well, either they really want those CDs or they want to embarrass us. Because the phone lines are going mad. And
They are
Karl's
going mad.
taking-
We didn't even give out the phone number or the email, Rick. Shall I just give it out now?
Well, obviously, don't need to.
Well, I ought to anyway, for those
Go on
that didn't hear it but didn't know it already.
Of it.
08700 800 1234. Sorry, that's not 08700 08700, because I started again because I sort of fluffed slightly.
Yeah, go on.
08700 800 1234.
And when he says he fluffed, like, that's not how he got into television.
Exactly. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you want to email the question, and only Karl can see the screen, so there's no cheating.
Probably people don't know what fluffing is, do they?
No, I don't think so, Rick. Karl, have you had a question?
What, already? Are we doing it now?
Should we do it now? I think we should just drip them in throughout the course of the show.
Yeah, you good one dripping them in. Go on. Ask us a
Right.
question.
I thought this was a good one. It's from Clive.
Go on in.
Clive, we got a listener called Clive. Wow.
That's alright.
Who was the first James Bond?
Oh, is
Right.
this film one in? No,
but wait a minute, wait a minute.
I know this ambiguity because we've talked about
We talked about this ambiguity before. You see, he might be deliberately embarrassing us because the old myth is that someone played it on radio
Yeah,
that we all know and love.
Yeah.
Now, he should have specified, did he mean the film James Bond, the first film James Bond?
Can I just say, we won't count this one because the definitive one, I've talked to Glyn about it as well, it's Dr. No was the first one of the team that we know
Sean
and
Connery.
love.
So Sean Connery's the first screen James Bond.
So we agree on that even if we're both wrong. What did he say it is?
I bet he said it was Bob Holness who played him on radio in like the 1950s.
He didn't say the radio bit, but he said Bubba Holness.
From Blockbusters.
Yeah.
And I was drawing a little Blockbuster thing.
That's really spooky.
That's weird, isn't it?
But the thing about that is I'm worried if it might be a myth. It may be
Well,
a
no,
myth.
I don't think it is. It's that we can't.
1
count
point
that.
to me then.
No.
Yes.
No.
Well, you did you know it? Did you know it? Did
Yeah,
you
we talked about it.
No rubbish. Yeah, but well, if we talked about it, did I say it to you?
No, we agreed that it was Sean Connery because it just like we didn't count Casino Royale because you said it wasn't by the same team. And it
Yeah,
was
but that
just
wouldn't have been the first James Bond anyway, because that came later in the series. No, Rick.
No,
No.
there's no
Don't play
way.
the music.
There's no way.
That's clearly a point. You didn't know it was Bob Holness. He meant it was Bob Holness. I knew the answer. 1-0.
Well, fun-loving criminals, Scooby snacks. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we both agreed once in a pub that the right answer is Sean
Yeah,
Connery.
but wait a minute,
and we both
Rick,
knew
the
that.
point's not that. The man phoned in with a question, and the answer the man was after was Bob Holness.
Oh, okay.
And that's the answer
I'll tell you
gave.
what, the answer I was after was me.
But that's
I
nonsense,
went- I
Rick.
went
He's
into
the question master, the man who phoned in. That's ludicrous. You to face the facts.
You can't say what number am I thinking of. You've
That's-
got to
what are you talking about?
It's got to be the real answer.
No, but I knew the answer he was after.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, because that's, even if he's got it wrong, it's such common parlance now that Bob Holness was the first James Bond that I knew the answer. Face the facts.
Right, give us another question, Karl.
Jeez.
Give us another question.
God, he's a bad loser, isn't he?
I had a good one here, but
You've forgotten it?
Or
I sort of scribbled it down.
this is brilliant, isn't it?
Hang on a minute.
We can edit this out, can't we? It's not live, is this?
It's only a piler.
It's gonna this is going to look great when it comes out. Go on.
Which food?
Yeah.
Karl, you now making up the question.
No, it's just that I sort of took down the important bits.
But this is amazing. This is amazing radio. Go on.
Which food kind of doesn't make you fat?
Jeez.
What kind of a question is that?
Oh, this is
No, it is proper.
I love imagine this on the weakest link. What kind of food doesn't sort of make you it doesn't make you fat.
This is ludicrous.
Okay, do you want
Basically, no sort of calories in it.
me to celery?
Water.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Do you mean a vegetable?
No,
do you mean
you're right. Apparently,
it uses up more
use
calories to
eating
bite it than
Yeah, but wait a minute, Rick.
one all.
No, it's not 1-0 because you're supposed to write it down.
You didn't know.
But you didn't. What do you mean I didn't know? You're supposed to write it down. That's the whole point. We're writing things
You
down.
said water. You said water!
But that's because I thought we weren't taking the question seriously because he didn't know what he's talking about.
Well,
We gotta set the rules.
bit too much like Portishead for my liking.
Was it?
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it.
Beat a band. Well, that's because Portishead are from your neck of the woods, isn't it? Was it? Well, Portishead, I think you'll find.
Yeah, I embarrassed myself.
Right, well, another question, quick. Is this question a real question with a definitive answer? Or is it like, what is my most comfortable chair?
I don't know why people aren't going to maybe like Trivia Pursuit or something, just getting a question off that and then...
Because they're a little bit more discerning than that, Steve.
Have you heard the questions? They don't know what they're talking about. This is stuff they've overheard in pubs.
Go on, ask it, Carl. I look at the Carl takes down and goes, what's that?
I know.
What am I meant to write? Go on then, ask this one.
Right. What sort? No. The Pope.
Yeah.
What semi?
Sorry, Mrs. Robinson, we're going to have to let you go.
Yeah.
Go on.
You are the weakest link, Carl. Goodbye.
Yeah, go on.
The Pope.
Yeah, the Pope. Yeah, we've got the Pope. Yeah, that's not strictly a question.
He wears a.
He wears a Desmond's hat. He wears Gorblimey trousers.
Does he
Yeah.
live in a council flat?
Yeah, he lives in a council flat.
He wears
Right.
a semi-precious stone. What's the stone?
The Pope wears a semi-precious stone. What is the stone?
You mean, what is it called?
Yeah.
What is it called?
What, has it got like a kind of papal
I
name?
think it's like, is it a 18-carat one?
So we got to try and get
Right.
the carrot
Yeah.
of the Pope's
He
big
calls
diamond.
it Dennis. He calls it Dennis the Stone. Do they want do they want the type of gem it is, like
Or is there
diamond,
some kind of
jade,
papal name for
ruby,
it?
or do they want it like the Rosetta Stone, or
I don't know.
the I can't actually play a record. Play 2 record.
Let's not.
Where's your head at? Basement Jacks. Right. Okay. Let's get this.
Have we knocked this on the head then? Is this not happening?
Oh, here he is. Look.
Here he is.
Come in. He's.
How have you?
Oh, I don't believe
Oh,
that.
that's pathetic.
I do not believe that.
That's absolutely pathetic.
Now, they won't believe this, will they?
No.
Right,
No.
if I say that Jonathan Ross just got his massive member out, and he is a big lad, come and sit down.
I've got your tickets, Mr. Gervais.
Thank you.
What's going on here then? I mean, why are you dropping off tickets?
Well, because, in the spirit of the Comedy Awards, we like to have the rising young stars of the British Comedy
That's
Awards.
right,
Yeah.
and that's me.
Well, we couldn't find any this year, so we've asked Ricky whether he would sit in the rising young star seat, and I wanted to deliver the tickets personally, so there's no excuses if he doesn't turn up later.
Yeah.
I always suspected that you were sort of pretty well endowed.
Yeah.
And now we've seen, it's on webcam,
That was just one of my cocks.
That's the one you're wearing today.
We
You
got in
don't
trouble
say that.
saying
No, we
This is meant to be the happening young station. What's going on?
No, you can't say stuff like that.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Just careful what you say. Look at after Julian Clary. 10
what
years
can
of
I-
wilderness and he comes back in the person line.
10 years
And
of the
that can happen
wilderness.
to you.
That's Jesus
Just-
you're thinking of, isn't it?
Just because you're on everything at the moment.
I walked in here and I came in here and I thought this is the young happening place, and what do I see in here? 3 old men sitting.
What are you talking about? I'm only 28, 27.
You're
Chris.
wrecked. You all look wrecked. You're
Well, that's because we're always partying.
I was looking for some youngsters. Where's the youngsters? I wanted to see some tight leather pants. I wanted to see some foxy chicks hanging on you every word. What is it? It's a bunch of old blokes and a bloke up there washing up in a sink.
But look at him. He even dresses for radio. Look
This
at
is
him.
ludicrous.
It's amazing. Looks like you're
I love the fact you were on the phone to Gervais last night, weren't you? Asking his advice on clothes. Look at him. He's going for the man down the DSS.
I like that look. That's a nice look.
Have you got a single pair of trousers that aren't elasticated at the waist?
They're maternity jeans, aren't they? They've got a whole panel that pushes
The
forward.
thing is, what I do at the end of the week, I can pop these in a pan and I can make a nice soup with all the food that's encrusted in
That's
them.
his years as a homeless coming before there.
Look at you,
But
one
why-
step away from Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
I'd like to be that bit closer.
But why are you dropping off tickets? Are you a little bit... Because I thought you were married and stuff. Why do you suddenly got this obsession with Gervais?
Because
I'm a bit rough, ain't I?
yeah, it's like when you see Dale Winton out with those rough boys. I'd like to get one of young.
when a top celebrity in a lovely looking suit walks down the corridor with his penis out,
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that I'm still an
You
attractive
know
man.
you've arrived. I was inaugurated in the same way. For me, it was Des O'Connor. It's like it's the passing on of the baton, if I may use that euphemism. and you've been battened.
And it's fantastic.
Well, it's
it
good.
is a pleasure. I don't think I'm complacent just because I'm mixed with you. I still wake up and I think, I don't believe it. I'm mates with Jono.
Can I just point out one thing? I was listening to the show last week, and I heard you, as always, revealing a little too much about yourself, if you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah.
Steve, tried-
Not as much as you.
No, but that was just for the benefit of the room.
Yeah.
And talking about when you used to occasionally urinate in the sink.
Yeah.
When you were around my house last time, and I came in the kitchen. and you looked a bit shifty. No, please reassure me.
It was more ownership. That I was like, I went to my territory, and then other people that come in and go, "Has Gervais been round here?" It's like just marking my territory.
Because my coffee the next morning had a hazelnut tang to it that I don't remember putting in.
Can I just say something? Because I mean, I used to, you know, mention to you, Gervais, when we first started getting involved in the business.
Yeah.
I used to say, if there was one celebrity I'd like to be friends with, it's Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, Ricky's befriended Jonathan Ross. I'm nowhere to be seen.
But
Not
Ricky
invited
told me-
round.
Ricky told me that I could be his friend, providing I never extended the arm of friendship.
Right.
with you.
Yeah, if you ever.
I thought as much.
He tries to keep everyone else down he works with, from The Office, all the other shows. He tries to keep them down.
I didn't even want you to come in. I wanted to meet you on the steps.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to tell you you were around. But you called. He went, "Who's that?" And he saw your name come up, and he went, "Well, can I meet him?"
Well, you're all coming tonight, aren't you?
This isn't Radio 2, by the way. These links are way too long. This is snappy radio. We have to play out.
Yeah.
You might
The
be
kids have
drunk
lost
fast,
interest.
But the kids want to hear Coldplay, Cut a Toad.
You know what I like? How about some more of that instantly forgettable hip hop you played this week? One of those obscure hip hop away. That's the worst feature on British radio. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Wait a minute, I've heard your quiz on Radio 2. You're having a laugh.
The hip hop's had its day. You told me that one.
Put it away. Put it away.
I'm Karl.
Carl, how you doing?
I'm alright. Got a question for you.
Quiet man.
Got a question.
Yeah.
The Pope.
Yeah.
What semi-precious stone does the Pope wear?
That is easy.
Go on.
Topaz.
Is that the right answer?
I don't know. I might have wrote it down.
I'm really sorry, Jonathan.
It's not what he publicly admits to, but I have to know because I was hanging out with him at the Groucho one night, and he was saying, "Oh, look at this, look at this, look at that topaz. Go and buy that. Look at that. Vatican City."
Look at that. We can make a nice ring out of that. He said.
Didn't go anywhere, but thanks for asking. I better go. I've got to go. I've got to go and buy some winkle pickers.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Enjoy
Nice to
it.
meet you, Stephen. Carl, I wish I could say it'd been a pleasure. But actually, it was quite creepy.
See you later.
Question, please.
You too. Beautiful day.
Yep.
Now, I was just saying that's probably one of my singles of the year, but was it this year or the year before?
Oh, crumbs, I don't know.
It was, I think, was it 2000, the album? It was the first one off the album. Maybe that could be a question. No, we need the answer, don't
Well,
we?
we don't know the answer.
No, it's called
Can I just ask, Jonathan Ross just came in there and to drop off some tickets for the Comedy Award show that he's hosting
Yeah.
later this evening.
Yeah.
Interesting, of course, a man who's 40 and still thinks it's funny to get his penis out.
It is,
I love that. Because it's like, when's that novelty going to wear off?
74, 75, when it's just too horrible to show in
Exactly, yeah.
public, I imagine.
But so he dropped off some tickets for you.
Yeah.
Was asking you fashion advice last night.
Yeah.
He came after a 3-hour radio show he's just done on Radio 2. Good show, by the way, worth tuning in to. He came straight around
Yeah.
and dropped some tickets off for you. He's now got to go and rehearse that show.
A lovely man.
I was out with you last night.
Yeah.
Went into this pub, like, kind of, that we've been to a few times before. Went in there, and this guy came in and said, "Your usual table, Ricky?" Your usual table. Can I just ask you 2 questions, Godfather? One is, have we won a prize tonight on
I
the National
don't
Comedy
know.
Awards?
We
And
genuinely
2,
don't know.
Can you have someone iced for me? It's ludicrous. What have you suddenly got over all these people that they're doing all this for you? When have you suddenly become the daddy?
Well, I came from nowhere, and I've got Polaroids of the head of all the
Right, yeah,
stations.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because what I'm worried about is that, like, when we're wrapped up in our winter coats,
Yeah.
you're walking on there in your little sort of, little black overcoat, and I must look like your hood. Do you know what I mean? Like your goon that walks with you. Twice as tall.
Very much like Edward G. Robinson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are with the
yeah.
pug face, obviously.
Yeah. Well, don't go on about it.
Sorry, that was a bit
Freak.
hard. All right, no, I don't know. You just
Wow.
that. There's something
We've
about
not.
that.
Even Jonathan Ross couldn't save this show.
No.
It is the only A celebrity I know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
all
it.
out of ideas. I thought we'd have a trivia game. That's rubbish because he can't read.
All right.
Yeah. And that's what is it?
So
It's-
are we knocking the trivia game on the
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we, let's have one final question.
on, what
What's the answer?
What
To,
about
I
the
don't
answer?
know. I don't know.
For the Pope one.
I don't know.
We couldn't even figure out the question, Carl.
What's the stone? What's the stone?
Hang on a minute.
Just entertain yourselves at home while Carl looks for the question.
Anthurst.
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Yeah.
Amthurst. No, she was the first woman MP, I think you'll find. Amthurst. Ruby or Diamondo?
So have you got maybe a final question?
That's still
Carl,
one
that
on
we
it.
decide-
Okay, do a
just one on
decider
it?
and then we knock this on the head.
Yeah.
Go on in.
Where? What?
Who?
Have you not been practicing in all these? We've had ads, we've had music.
Oh, where? What?
Rick, I don't think we should call ITV later. this.
Maybe he was talking about Jonathan's inquiry about sartorial elegance tonight. Where
Yes.
what?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like summed up that
Yeah.
conversation in
What's
just
the
two.
most expensive pub in London? Ricky won't know because he never pays.
Hang on, wait a minute, what does that mean?
What does that mean? You want me to buy? I'll buy the pub. How much is that? That's £1 million,
No, like,
sir.
if you go in, according to the Time Out Guide 2001, if you went in there and bought a big round, it's a day pub.
It's an expensive pub.
Imagine this on Millionaire. Imagine that question
Well,
on
it's all
Mastermind.
too vague.
I know your specialised subject, how much things are in that, and whether they make you fat when you eat them. Then
It's in London.
Is this like some guy went in the pub last night and thought, this is a bit pricey? This is the most expensive pub I've ever been in.
I'm going to expose them
Exactly.
on Ricky and Steve's show.
But does it mean, like, maybe is it a pub or a club, maybe, where you've got to be a member?
No, it's a pub. I'll narrow it down. It's in Covent Garden.
Punch and Judy.
That's it.
Has he got it right?
Yeah.
Well, I have to hand it to you. Well done.
Yeah,
So
brilliant.
So who was that? Who was that question from? Because maybe that they should get these 3 CDs.
Let's give them that.
Who is it, Carl?
There's no way of verifying that. That's probably libelous. They've probably
it's from
made
the Time Out Guide.
Okay. All right.
Carl, who
What are
was
you
it?
moaning for? You got it right.
Yeah, I won. Yeah. I won.
Carl, who was it that won? Well, listen, they know, so they've won.
Yeah. Right.
This is genius radio. This is
I
brilliant.
tell you
We're
what's
slick.
letting us down? Him.
I know.
KP the P-Man. When he was just doing the press buttons and it was cool. Now we let him on the air because we thought it was funny. We quite like him. He's digging a grave for us. Right, listen, this is a new feature I've introduced called Songs I'd Like to Play on the radio. And
Oh, this is falling apart.
and a friend of mine sent me a little CD of little treats and stuff. And one of them is this track. It's called Monkey Man. It's from the Rolling Stones. Play it, Carl. It's an absolute gem.
Press that. XFM 104.9. What was that again, Steve?
Rolling Stones and a track called Monkey Man. That's from a double CD, not available in the shops. My friend Dave G made a compilation for me, birded it onto CD using modern technology. That's one of the tracks on there.
What's his name?
Dave Greenwood, obviously breaking several copyright laws
Exactly.
there. I would not encourage anyone to make copies of anything for anyone. It's breaking
His
the law.
name again, if the police are listening?
Dave Greenwood lives in Nottingham. I can
How
give details.
dare he do that
it
for you?
sickens me, Rick.
He's making you receive,
Stolen goods,
Yeah.
and there are various artists on there who've barely got a penny, who are losing money hand over fist. The Rolling Stones, for instance.
Yeah,
The
and
Doors.
XFM have done that as well, played it off, and that's terrible. Now we've implicated those as well.
XFM are culpable, so is Dave G. Thankfully not us, Rick.
No.
We're just middlemen caught up in it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mr. Biggs behind it.
There's always
and we're
Mr.
just
Biggs,
pawns
true.
in his game. aren't we?
So that's, I'll be playing another track from that later on.
I've got a lovely couple of little tracks on my hip hop selection.
Looking forward to it.
Is it
Incidentally, can I just ask, Rick, did you get a little gift here from XFM?
I did. I got a lovely little voucher here. It was very nice.
You're very thoughtful. I've also got one. How much is yours for?
£25.
To spend at John Lewis or Waitrose.
Yeah.
A little kind of gift voucher there.
I think I'll do Waitrose, because food, you can get a good lot of food for 25 quid.
Absolutely right.
You can't get a lot of like haberdashery for 25 quid. So I'll be going for the food option.
The thing about the gift voucher, a lot of people will I'm sure receiving these over the Christmas period. The thing about the gift voucher is it's like here's £25,
Yeah.
but I've limited where you can spend it.
It's like they don't want to give money because that's go. Say this is like money, but not as versatile.
Exactly. You can't spend it in as many places. But it's the thing is that surely the thing about a gift is, you don't want people to know how much it was.
And unless you're letting them make buck their ideas up for next year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if an aunt gives you like, a single, like a step single, and you've given her 25 quid at the body shop, you're saying, you know how much that single costs.
Exactly.
So do I. I'm not going to say, right?
Yeah.
Let's make up the difference next year,
Exactly.
aren't You know what I mean? Let's spend 50 quid on me next year.
Yeah.
Do you know how much he got?
How much did you get? Did you get a gift voucher as well?
Yeah, but I work here all week.
Right. How much do you get?
150.
150 quid?
Yeah.
What, on gift vouchers?
Yeah.
To spend at the same places?
Mm.
I'd have to say, though, I mean, it's not a very inventive gift, is it?
It's a
Whoever came
lovely
up with
thought,
it,
though.
it's a lovely thought. It's wonderful to have £25 that I can only spend in 2 places I never go in. But, I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Any
I'm not
ungrateful anyway.
looking a gift horse in the mouth. It is a treat.
He spoke to Jonathan Ross like he was a normal person.
From someone whose dad buys him a spade for Christmas, I thought you'd be grateful.
My only thought is that John Lewis and Waitrose, I mean, it's not very rock and roll, it's not very XFM, is it?
No,
I mean, a
whereas-
tattoo parlour, maybe, in a
or
bike shop.
piercing, I might get my face pierced, just a big
Exactly.
bolt through my head.
But I mean,
Yeah.
aren't they a little bit like The Man? Aren't they a little bit mainstream? Rick?
Yeah.
Eh?
What would
I thought
Billy
we were
say
rock and
about
roll.
this? Oh, play a record, and don't make it a square record. Something on an indie label or something, or something that hasn't been even recorded.
Yeah, they can't even become available ever.
Yeah, I don't know what instruments they're playing.
Oh, not the guitar.
Sum 41. In Too Deep. All right, Steve? Mm-hmm. It's been a long time,
Eh?
hasn't it?
What has?
Like that seemed a long time. Well, that music. We've
Yes,
made.
no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's annoying actually that Karl never went to the email because the questions have been sent in there.
Are they good?
Questions, and they've all been sort of neatly spat out with the correct answer. For instance, I might have asked you this if I was the quizmaster,
Go on.
Rick. How many noses do slugs have?
Oh, I think
is an
it's
interesting
4.
It is 4.
Yeah.
Point to you there. Let me just see if I can find another one. Who, according to the current issue of Viz, is a cycloptic pop temptress?
Oh, don't know. Is it a pun on her having one eye and being sounding like?
Cycloptic is the clue. There's
Yeah.
only one pop temptress.
Oh, it's Gabrielle.
Of course.
Yeah.
2 points.
Mine are better. He didn't get them. These are rubbish.
Have you ever watched a quiz show?
Because I can understand the question. They're rubbish, I suppose, aren't they? That gives me a chance to know what the answer is required. Go on.
Let me see if I can find another one for you. No, you're never gonna get that one. That's too hard.
Oh no, that just
That just teases you more,
Yeah.
doesn't it? What's the name of? Well, that's boring. That one. Sorry,
there you
it's
go.
beginning to fall apart again now. Here we are. What's the proper name for Big Ben?
Is it St Stephen's Tower?
You know, it absolutely is. That's 3 out of 3. That's fantastic.
Yeah, because the bell named after something like Benjamin so and so who works in it. It's St Stephen's Tower, and that's the big bell.
It's actually, in a weird way, I didn't know any of those. So it's actually quite good that we did kind of balls it up with Karl, because otherwise there'd have been egg on my face.
Yeah, but I still won. I just won less.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you did win.
Yeah.
I've already forgotten. I already wiped that out of my memory.
Yeah, but hey, Steve, it's not me that's the real winner. It's Neil who asked that question
About pubs.
and he's got those 3 CDs. Just tell him what they are again. Just
Feeder, Echo Park, a compilation called Reloaded 3, lots of great stuff on there, and the Essential Bob Dylan 2 CD.
Have you called him and told him?
No, not yet.
This is such a shambles, isn't it? Because what if he goes out or something?
Actually, if he's listening, can he give us a call?
That is so lazy.
Can't we call him like Tarrant would?
I would have
That's
had his
surprising.
number.
You've not got his number?
I forgot.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
get the numbers, Karl!
I wanted to go for the Pope one.
Karl, do you actually work here in the week? Or, like, did you just, you know, like in a film when they knock someone on the head, put on the spacesuit and go to the moon?
Is it like is it like Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox? You actually work in the post room, but Saturdays there's no one around that recognises you.
So you pretend that you're a producer?
Yeah,
Because you don't seem to know any of the rules.
because I reckon that name's made up.
When did I say a producer? When did I say I was?
Karl Pilkington is a name that you'd come up with on the spot.
No, he doesn't work. No, he's not a producer. He says he works in sound.
He works
That's what
in
he says.
sound.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Work with this. This is my song for the lovers. It's a beautiful track. I've played it before. I'll play it again. It's one of my favourite tracks of all time. It's Bob Dylan. If You See Her, Say Hello. Here's a little bit of trivia for her. This is the last song I ever played on the old XFM before
Wow.
they came in and said, "Okay, you can go now."
That's incredible.
And it
Bringing tears to my eyes.
lovely. Well, the greatest singer-songwriter of all time.
Beautiful.
With one of his best songs there.
Absolutely.
Bob Dylan, If You See Her, Say Hello. She might be in Tangiers. I mean, he's having a go.
I mean, if you're gonna go to Tangiers on the off chance to try and find her, I wouldn't bother.
yeah,
you know.
but I mean, you know, he's
Certainly if you're gonna be there, then
he's
have a look for
desperate.
her.
He's desperate. He's going, well, she might be in Tangiers. Have you checked upstairs? She's definitely not upstairs. just have a look. Well, anyway, that was Song for the Lovers, but because I'm so excited about having such great prizes to give away for the first time, some albums that Karl found,
I got 'em.
we've got the lucky winner on the line. Hi, Neil, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Ricky.
Hi, you're a winner with XFM.
Fantastic.
yeah. Do you like Feeder? They're a good group, aren't they?
Well, yeah, the kids seem to like him.
They do. The kids like them, and then Bob Dylan. He's a great, lovely bloke with a guitar, isn't he?
You're working hard, aren't you?
I'm fed up with this, mate. Really, honestly, I just don't know what else to do. I come in every week. I try and
Right.
do. Yeah,
You have to write a new series of The Office.
I'm
That's what you have to do.
I'm trying, but I've got voiceover work now, so there's more money in that.
You're,
You know.
you're everywhere.
Yeah.
Woolies adverts.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, I shouldn't mention that shit on the radio.
No, it's all right. It's all
So,
right.
Neil, Steve Merchant here. Will you be looking forward to receiving these albums? You've got Feeder, Echo Park, Bob Dylan album, the best of, and a compilation. You looking forward to them?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, it's going to really lift my Christmas haul. I'm not going to get to go home this year, so that's going to make up for it, I'm sure.
Neil, what of those three? Which one will you be putting on first?
I think Feeder, Echo Park, because the kids seem to like it.
Okay.
Excellent. Thanks very much.
What will you be
Neil.
doing for the rest of the weekend? Are you going to be chilling out?
I'm chilling, man. I'm freezing. I'm playing golf right now.
That's madness.
It's very cold
Yeah.
out here.
What's your handicap?
What's my handicap? My short game's terrible, but...
Right, yeah. You're going to be watching the National Comedy Awards this evening. I hear that The Office is nominated.
Ah, you guys are the shoe-in.
Sorry?
Yeah.
You're a shoe-in. It's yours.
Thank you. I don't know what a shoe-in is, but I'd like to go to
I
one.
think it means like foot in the door.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Does
no,
it?
not foot in the door. It's like
No.
it's yours. Your name's already on it.
Oh, really?
I
Wow.
would think so. Yeah. Well, why would Ross stop around?
I don't think he makes the decisions.
Neil,
but
thanks very much for calling. Those prizes are going to be winging their way to you.
we're just like real DJs, aren't we, Neil? Just say we're just like real DJs, and we'll leave you alone.
You guys are just like real DJs.
Enjoy your game.
much.
Cheers, bye. Step on my old size 9 stereophonics.
Absolutely.
Well, talking to Neil, it all brought it home. You know, maybe I should give it a little bit back.
Yeah, you've had a good year.
I'm hanging out with Jonathan Ross.
Exactly.
I'm doing ads,
Yeah.
right? But I care. I'm still in touch. You know what I mean? I'm still down with it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And, you know, it's coming up to the time of year where we should, you know, care about people less fortunate than ourselves. And what I've done, I've recorded a Christmas single.
That's beautiful.
And all proceeds are going, you know, to, you know, little sick people and that. And
Are there going to be any proceeds?
there's gonna be not a sausage.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
safe.
But I'll tell you this, what I was thinking actually, I was listening to this morning, and you go in, doing some Christmas shopping, you go in the shops, and there's always, you know, Walking in a Winter Wonderland, and all those songs. You know, no one writes those sort of things anymore.
No. Well, you're wrong, Steve.
Really?
Listen to this. It's
What's it called?
Don't Cry, It's Christmas.
Let's hear it.
Don't cry, my baby. Santa's coming soon. Though you ain't got a mommy or daddy, Santa still loves you. And he's riding on his reindeer to trample down the gloom. So don't cry, my baby. Santa gonna make it soon. Don't cry, my baby. Santa's feeling kind, though you know you never see him. He's not just in your mind, and it's not that he's invisible. It's because you're going blind. So don't cry, it's Christmas. Santa's still on time. Don't cry, my baby. Santa's on his way. You know he's got 6 billion children, and he's only got one day. You've got slightly less than that. If I were you, I'd pray. So don't cry, it's Christmas. You're nearly 10, it's a little gay.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's already become a standard. One of the classics.
Thanks. There's a star. Ash.
Good.
It's a great show so far, isn't it?
Enjoying it, Rick, but I'll tell you this, what worries me is
on.
something we've not done, which is what we've not taken on board some stuff I've heard from the management. They've said they've enjoyed the kind of light-hearted flippery, you know, in
Yeah.
the past on the
Yeah,
show, and,
yeah.
you know, the likes of Jonathan Ross getting their
just
knobs
popping in.
out.
Yeah.
But, they just feel that sometimes it's a little bit cheap. Rick,
No,
a little
in
bit
what-
crass, and they
in
just
what
want us to
way?
perhaps be a little bit more highbrow at times, a little
Well,
bit
look at
more
that, 'cause I mean-
thoughtful. Well, you're a smart guy, I
am,
don't
yeah.
know.
Well, I've proved that with Clugs having 4 noses and Stephen's Tower.
Can I ask you, Rick, about politics?
What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Because
Politics.
I am a political person.
I thought as much.
Go on.
What on the politics? What do you make of who to vote for?
Vote for the government, whoever's in the government.
Yeah.
That's
The
it.
Liberals ever?
No, not if they're not in government. No,
Okay. What about the foot and mouth, which a lot of people are worried about?
Don't worry about it.
No?
No.
Recession is hit, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. What should they do about
Get
it?
another one.
Get another job?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, this is, I mean, you can have this for free. If you do lose your job or something, get another one, but get one that's even better than the one you lost.
Right. Okay, good advice.
Yeah.
Maybe if you were just like kind of the post boy before, like Karl,
In charge of the company, get a manager's job.
right, become director general or something.
More money.
Good.
And don't
Oh.
lose that one.
Okay. And, what else is concerning people? No, we get calls all the time, Rick, to the station. People saying, I'm worried about the war in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
What do you make of the war? Is it
well-
one of your favourites?
Well, what no. My favourite, all war's bad. My favourite.
I'm putting you on the spot here. What is your favourite?
Falklands.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it? The Falklands War?
It was a range war.
What does that
Do you
mean?
know
I
what that
don't
means,
know.
Carl?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember drawing pictures at school and that.
Yeah, it means that our missiles could go sort of 17 kilometres, and the Argentines only had missiles that go like, 9 kilometres. So we just parked our boats about 12, 13 kilometres off it, and we were shelling them. Shelling it out of there, right? And theirs were falling in the water.
Yeah.
So it's the war equivalent of holding a midget at arm's length.
Right, and he's trying to punch you.
And he can't reach, and you're just kicking him in the balls at will. That was,
Rick, a lot of people talk about WW1 as being the Great War. Was it a Great War for you?
no, it was a good war. It wasn't a great war.
Right. What's the problem for
Well,
you?
I liked the bayonets and the trenches and all that stuff, but I could have done without the poetry.
Right.
Only because the poetry's a little bit bent. And what I'm saying is the only time that it isn't bent in a war. But there's beautiful. But there's one now I remember. He goes, "We are the dead. Once we lived, felt dawn on our face, but now we lie in Flanders fields." Be honest, if you'd have had a gun in your hand instead of a pen,
Yeah.
you might be alive
You would
today,
be dead, yeah,
and the war
yeah.
would have been over by Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
losers.
politics, Carl.
Any other questions, Carl, you want
and,
sort of solve? Any high
economics? I've done economics.
Because, yes,
war.
the economical.
Anything else?
I just think you should look after yourself. You know what I mean?
Carl, I've just got something to say to you. Hip hop, hooray!
Hey.
Let's play my hip hop track.
Whoa. Hey.
Put your hands in the air.
Yay.
Move them round like you just don't care.
Yeah, you're not even bothered.
I'm playing an old school track this week, Rick. I'm going
Excellent.
back in time, rewinding the
How
clock.
are you spelling school, Steve?
Oh, with a K.
Go on.
Ever heard of anything by Digital Underground? The Humpty Dance, you might
The
remember.
Humpty Dance.
remember that?
That was a fellow sat on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was getting dissed by
Yeah.
the police, and he fell. And he broke all up, and the king's horses shouldn't have really been sent to repair an egg. They couldn't do it because of their hooves.
Anyway, Digital Underground, for those that don't remember, was an Oakland group led by Shock G and Chopmaster J.
Go on.
But of course, most famous now for the fact that they featured Tupac Shakur.
Love him.
Where he first began. You'll hear him on this track. It's called, which one have I chosen here? I think it's called The Same Song. Have a listen. Ross was slagging off the hip-hop feature, wasn't he, when he came in earlier? And how can you not like that? Digital Underground, same song.
I think he was scared of it, Steve. I think he was intimidated
understand it.
by your youth.
Well, he's scared of the youth, he's scared of the fact that I'm down with it, the homism, the bitchism, the hoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's not with that,
I
you know?
think
He looks dapper. If they saw him in the street walking down like a ponce, they'd just laugh and jeer, but
Yeah.
probably rhythmically.
Yeah.
You know, and he couldn't come back at anything.
And you'd be high-fiving and
Oh,
everything.
they'd be loving
you.
me.
I think he was intimidated by your style. I think he's jealous of you, to be honest.
Do you know, I think what he's probably most jealous of is the looks.
I think
Do you know what I mean? I got the new haircut because we might be on the telly later.
He didn't mention that, did he?
Did he? Well, he's never seen the old one. You've kept him from me. He's got nothing to compare it with.
But that was a great hip-hop selection there.
Yeah, lovely.
Even
lovely.
though I say so yourself.
Rick, we've had a couple of people, because they've listened to your dissection of current politics and economicals.
Yeah.
And they've got a couple of questions for you.
Go on.
We've had one from Jimmy Ruffin. He says, what becomes of the broken-hearted?
Oh dear. That is a difficult one. I don't think I've got time to go into it because it's a very delicate problem.
Can you answer this one from the KLF? What time is love? Any ideas? Listen, keep those questions coming in for Ricky Gervais. Maybe we'll sort them out later. Have we got something like Carl? Let's whack it
dear.
on. Still to come.
It's not the end of the world. Super furry animals.
Absolutely beautiful.
XFM 104.9.
Rick, you going to do your film review for us? We've got time for it, I think.
I'm not. No,
Why not?
I'm not going to do it anymore.
You're not going to do it anymore?
No.
You love it, don't you?
No, it's great, and I just think it's time. You know, I did a dozen, but I did all the films that I would give like 9 or 10 out of 10 for. I don't want to drop the standards.
Right.
I don't want to start doing films that are 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
That's where a lot of film reviews go wrong.
Yeah, Ross
I've
being one of them.
Yeah, I've seen them go, oh, this is worth 7. Don't do it then.
Yeah.
If it's no good, don't do it.
No, it's yourself.
No.
Sure.
So
no more film reviews?
no.
Oh.
Until a great film comes out.
Sure, okay.
Like Braveheart 2 or something. Yeah. Which would be 9 now.
Quite an eventful.
Yeah.
I'd have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 9 for that. In
well-
advance.
Rick, it's almost the end of the show, and still got time for the song for the ladies.
I can't
but
wait.
Carl won't be here next week.
Well, where's going?
Where are you heading, Carl? Going away for Christmas? Tell us.
What? It's a secret. What you want?
Well, in case your fans try and track you down.
What? Are you going taking pictures of planes in Greece? What?
Political.
Rob your house.
Satirical, Steve. Satirical.
Where are you
Yeah.
going? What are you doing?
If I tell you what, If I was caught in a foreign country and the government got said, no, it's okay, they were train spotting or plane spotting, I go, no, I am a spy.
Exactly.
No, I am a spy. No, it's alright, you were train spotting. I wasn't spying, please.
I saw you at the Doctor Who convention as well.
No, probably an assassin or something.
Yeah.
I'm probably an assassin.
Carl, where are you going, mate? Tell us, come on, we
You're
haven't
not
got
meant
time.
to say when. What's it? Are you?
What?
People rob your house if.
Yeah, we didn't say tell us